A Norfolk night, the world is cold. We stand surrounded, we are not alone. Within my
How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another stream. Hope everybody's having a wonderful, beautiful day. Boys, tonight we got ourselves even more 5V5 1v1 duels over for the region of NA. And for some reason, this alert thing right here, or this one right here, isn't really... It's been displaying Unique Foxy for a good bit. I don't know if it's supposed to be doing that, because it's supposed to change from time to time. I may have to like readjust it at some point in the future. How you boys all doing though? Welcome back. Sorry for being a tad late today, but honestly, if you're a fan of this channel, you're used to it. Sorry, I seriously, I do need to do better. I do need to do better. This next few days, this tonight and then tomorrow, are really my days off. I want to take it easy, gaming, getting my weeklies done, actually playing some Diablo finally. So I've just been taking it so easy, but I am still streaming. I am still hanging out. I think Sunday, though, we will probably take a stream off just so I can really chill and catch up on some Z's, because I didn't really get to do that. It's okay. It's Saturday. It is Saturday, boys. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. How you doing, my man? What's up, Shane? What's up, Pedro? Hey, boys, all doing? Welcome back. Let's get these duel groups up and running. I'm gonna hop on right now. We're gonna get them going in LFG. You guys know exactly where they are. Let's hopefully we'll get some of my favorite NA boys in here, because we had my man Kreiser join in, Kragar, a bunch of rogues being absolute menaces, except for my man Kreiser walking in, just cooking these boys up, just singeing out these rogues, man. They didn't even stand a chance. A couple of times Kreiser had to go in, right? Rogues are wreaking havoc. He's like, all right, crack his knuckles, crack his neck. He's like, all right, let's get in there. Let's just wipe these boys out. He's got one rogue down, second rogue down, and all of a sudden you got a paladin from the third row just flying in. Kreiser just burned everything into these rogues, and a paladin walks in, lops his head, man. It's just unfortunate, but that's how it be, man. The man put everything in there. I'm in a menace for 7 though. Yo, if you could be a menace to rogues, make sure that they don't get to play the game whatsoever, then I'll agree. I mean, you are, WAP. You are, but like, if you could blast out rogues every single time though, because rogues right now are kind of nutty. I don't know, man. I'm developing a new fear over the spec that I play right now, over the class that I play right now, because I'm mostly outlaw, but the spec of subtlety, man, oh my goodness. It is terrifying. Actually terrifying. If you're not afraid, quaking in your boots, you should be. Let's get ourselves a 5V5 1v1 group up and running, boys. If y'all want to join up, groups are listed in LFG as per usual. Where is my thing that I post about duels being up? Hold on, it's like a copy pasta where I posted it before. I just have like a notes Discord where I drop a bunch of notes and stuff on here. I don't remember. There we go. Here's how you can join in. Here we go. Bam, beautiful. Also, what did I say about the song yesterday? What did I say about the song? It's nice. It's dandy. It's a little too soft. Can't do that. I can't do that one, dude. I need something to wake me up. I need something to, besides coffee, just wake me up. Oh, hey, how's it going? Ghostly Shade? Oh. 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 You got an explosive. Oh. You gotta dance though. Hold on a second. Does it get a good go? Secret technique? Fainted? Wait, did you target the pet or did you target the hunter with your secret technique? Might have been the pet. The hunter looks healthy. DFA? How much of that man makes a new place vanish on that freezing trap? Dude, you only got a bleed on you. It's over, Rogue. Unless, wait, he came back with some heals though. What is this? Hold on a second. Turtle Shell, this has been Ghost of Shade. May just end up coming back on the bright cause over here. Hold on a second. He's trying to see if he can back up. Blind on the pet. The hunter goes in for feign death next to a trap. Sit on a freezing trap. Sit. Literally sit down. Where's this Rogue at? Can I see him? I don't think, yeah, I can. Oh, yeah, I can. Oh, look at him. He's skulking over. He got a sadness. You know, there's a freezing trap under him. Oh, that's the problem. You don't walk on top of him ever. Just let the max reach do it. He dives on the camera. Hunter's mark, hunter's mark, hunter's mark, hunter's mark, hunter's mark, hunter's mark. This hunter. This is why you hunters mark the rogue so you know where they are at all times. You have to. Wait a second. He opened back up. Can the rogue swing in though? He got himself the rotten. Shadow. Oh, wait a second. Feign death. It was a fake one. Rapid fire by the hunter. Maybe he got himself the range. Death chakram. That's going to be quite a lot of pressure. Does the hunter get it here? Wailing arrow. Is that just for the looks of it? Wailing arrow just for funsies? He wins that one. I am surprised. I actually thought the rogue would just get him. My goodness. I'll be on the second join. Sounds good, Sensei. Sounds good, my man. Do we have any other groups forming, by the way? Does Chicago got a group going by chance? But oh, you do. Oh, you do. Wait, Chicago stole all my boys. Oh my god. All right, so Chicago got a group. I got a second one. You guys should join Chicago first. Fill that one out. And I'm going to get all the other boys in here over for the Team NA. So, Sensei, you can join Chicago or you can join me if you want to fight against Team Chicago. How you doing, by the way, my guy? Hope you're having a good one. Why are they on the class at the moment to see Rogue, Warlock, Paladin? It's a bit sad. One, because, wait, hold on. You guys can't even see the, what I'm looking at here. I forgot to switch the scene. I was out. So the whole time, wait, the whole time I'm commentating over this Rogue Hunter, you guys didn't even see it? I am stupid. I am stupid. But these two were dueling each other. You know what? Should I shadow play it? Should I shadow play it? Because I could record the last, like, what, 3 minutes. So you guys don't have to trust me, the duel was awesome. That's all I'm gonna say. My god, I'm dumb. Somebody, I wish somebody in chat yelled at me, man. Yell at me. Bully me. Telling me how I'm doing bad. But yeah, we got a group right here. If you guys want to join, well, welcome to. But yeah, any other class? Hopefully we'll see more classes in the future. Blizzard can do some tuning, but right now, like, especially since you can gear classes so easily and the catch-up benefits already in the game, like right now with Conquest and Honor or whatever, as well as crafted gear, catching up a fresh new main or a whole nother character is a lot easier than you may think. A lot easier. So, I mean, is this guy outlaw? I think he may be. It just got actually just rinsed by I Can Poly. Absolutely rinsed. Poor man's. Poor man's. But those classes are just really good right now. Boomkin's Gesture Warlocks are really good and popular as a range class. Mistweavers, Disc Brace are really popular as well as a lot of them, just numbers wise. Rogues, Paladins is just also popular. It's a very anti-melee meta. It's a very caster friendly meta right now. A range heavy, I guess caster, because not really hunter, but really caster. Because you know the one crafted item where if you get interrupted and you get to juke it, you got a haze buff and immunity, and that's really good for classes that can be interrupted. So anyway, it's a very anti-melee meta right now. So you need classes that can close the gap, lock down a caster, or do damage from a distance and have that consistency. You don't want to have a warrior trying to charge and then trying to get kited the entire time, right? So rogues and paladins right now are pretty good. Prior to that, monks were also doing pretty good too. Since they invited me to a group, hold on, I can get them invited. Wait, do you have a group, Sensei? Do you have homies that you're trying to join in together with, or is it just you? Any room? Yeah, I got you. Let me get you in. Yeah. We got you in here. Wait, I had a guy in my group, but they just left. Or was it? Yeah, Blood Dagger. He leaves. Okay, Blood Dagger probably wanted to join Chicago then, didn't he? Yeah, he did. I think so. Okay, so we need a bunch of more bodies here then. But yeah, right now it is pretty easy to get characters, a new character up and running. One, but two, what's it? Two, it's anti-melee, so you want to play the best melee out there. So you could play Outlaw, you could play like a Windwalker, which are not terrible. You could play Enhancement, which are not terrible. You could play Survival, which are pretty good on like 2 specifically. But in like 3s and solos and even RBGs, like Rangers, range classes do have it a little bit, just a tiny bit easier right now. So I don't know, it's just, You always had that mentality in the community though, Ricky Bobby mentality. If you ain't first, you're last, and everybody just wants to play the meta classes to have it as easy of a time with the competitive side of things as they can be. Yeah, you could play like a tougher class to play, but you're gonna have to put in more effort. So why would you, right? Why won't you play a class that's easier to get into for PvP, easier to gear maybe, and performs better, where you put the same amount of effort as like the other class, and you'll get more out of it. That's like the biggest thing. This is why I'm hoping to do some tuning and stuff, right? Take some of the classes that are overrepresented, that have way too many numbers on them, nerf them down a little bit, or adjust them. I don't even say nerf them, I'll just say adjust them. Adjust them is the better word, but whatever you want to do with it. And like make adjustments for some of the underrepresented, and make adjustments to some of the overrepresented, so you can shake up the meta and more viable choices can be played. We're just kind of been waiting for like a big update for PvP. They've done some smaller updates for PvP season 2 so far, but they haven't really done like a big overhaul where they're trying to like course correct or anything. I think maybe they're waiting until 10.1.5 to do a lot of that stuff, a lot of that tuning. But I am hoping that they're tracking, seeing what classes are played a lot, what classes are not played a lot, and hopefully they'll make changes. You know, especially since this is this early into the season, nobody's really pushing right now, and more inflation hasn't really kicked in yet. So I'm hoping they'll really do a lot of tuning to set up the stage for a competitive field where multiple specs can be competitive. And then they start doing like the whole, all right, now is the time to push. Because they also know internally that a lot of people do the pushing at the very end of the season. But if you do a bunch of tuning right now, you'll get a lot of people playing, a lot of people trying different specs, figuring out what they want to play, what they want to push with, and then the push time starts later down the line. I don't say a lot of welcome to the PvP, how they're doing. Actually, they do quite a bit of bursts, but they're just not Destro Warlocks or boom kits for that matter. But they're not terrible, in my opinion. Alright, let's see if I can go down the list and see if I can get some of the boys in here. Does Bald want to join in? Bald hasn't joined in the duels in a good bit of time. Where's Kevin? Let me see if Kevin. Hey, Kevin. Wanna join some 5V5 1v1 duels, bud? Does Cryptic want to join? I don't remember if I invited Cryptic before. I think I have, but I don't know if he plays anymore. Like Landus, he is playing right now. I could get him in. Night King, I know he's actually in arenas right now. I know last time I talked to him though, he wasn't interested in duels at all. So I guess there's that. Tank is with Chicago. Where is Trickster? Battle for Desire Lore. Hey, hold on. Hey, wanna join some duels tonight, bud? My man Errorless, how's he doing? Or is he taking it easy tonight? I guess I'll have to wait and see. If you guys want to join up, the groups are listed over in LFG Raids Legacy. You guys are more than welcome to pop in. Who just messaged me right now? Yeah. Chicago got a hold on. Chicago got a group up filled. I'm trying to get the, I can't spell, man. I am trying to get the second one going. There we go. All right, I understand. So rich classes are the thing right now. Just right now. I hopefully they'll do some tuning where that'll be changed a little bit, but we'll see. Are we starting yet? Trying to get second group up and running. Need how many more? 4 plus 4. Yeah, Chicago. I got you, friend. I got you. We'll get going when we can. Log it over. Awesome. So Trixie is down to log in. Let me see what else I can ask, man. Silver Shard, Bald. Let me see if Bald wants to join. Hey, Bald. Wanna join 5V5 1v1 duels, friend? We'll see if it is Bald or if it's the, because it's 2 people on that account. Because it might be a different one. Wasn't aware. Had something to do IRL. Oh, okay. That's all good. Yeah, if you gotta go Chicago, you gotta go. Do whatever you need to, guy. No worries. The Scriptic? Should I ask? Listen to keep around seeing so far. I've been fine on my end so far. Yeah, I don't know about random DCs. I guess I'll find out right there, yeah? Do the PvP get improved? How can I get better gear with only PvP? Can I get the best gear with only PvP? Yes, you can. Like, if you played in SL, that was also the same case, right? the best PvP gear was through PvP, and Dragonflight is no different. You can also make crafted gear, but if you make crafted items, you'll have to add a PvP embellishment, so then the items can actually be improved within PvP. So yes, you can. But yeah, basically the best way, but still you got a PvP in order to earn these little embellishment things, or these little badges to apply into PvP gear. So yes, the best way to get the best PvP gear right now is by PvPing, as of this moment. But yeah, PvP. Why am I fumbling over my words? Yes, the best way to gear up for PvP, to do the best in PvP, is to PvP. You will need your tier set, or some classes actually not even going with a tier set, but you may want your tier set, depending on the class. There's supposed to be an upgrade, but not always, from what I could tell, at least depending on the spec. Because they are reducing PvP as well, just to make sure they're not like super overpowering, which might have been a good idea, although some tier sets are pretty underwhelming to begin with, and then they were really underwhelming within PvP too. I have no DF yet. I haven't, when I get it, I'll level my main rogue first. You can decide between Frost Mage or a Shadow Priest for an ult. Shadow Priests are actually really fun, but Frost Mages are about to get a pretty big buff in 10.1.5. They're looking real good. They're giving them a bit of a rework that's looking excellent. And they're changing up the talents quite a bit too. So honestly, Seth, if you want a safe choice, I go with the Shadow Priest. But if you like the playstyle of a mage, I think Frosty may be really good in 10.1.5, whenever that comes out. We don't really have a release date on that one just yet. Also, Nalix? Oh yeah, why was he? Well, what was he yesterday? Oh, let me ask Cryptic if he wants to join. Actually, let's do that. Hey, Cryptic, wanna join? On those button. Let me see. Who else could I pester? Kuros? Landis. Does Landis play? Oh yeah, Landis does play. Did I ask Landis already? He's on Dabu, but also on Diabolicals. My man, how you doing? Wait, another Warlock. Where's another one? SBG, where's he at? Hold on. SBG, is that what it was? What's his name? Trying to search the back of my mind, man. My brain does not want to work today. God, what is his name? Oh, I forgot. I give up. I give up. My brain just isn't working, dude. My brain does not function today. Sure? Yo, Cryptic! Yo, pop that invite, my guy. We will need one more body after this. Alright, okay. Need one more and good to go. Let me see if we can convert this to a raid. Beautiful. Another buff to physical love? Dude, honestly, man, you know what the rogue needs? They just nerfed you guys too, and it does nothing because everybody's switching to the rotten once they get the tier set, and it doesn't even matter because some Shadow Strikes, even if you don't get the double Shadow Strike, it's still really good. Like, it's ridiculous. They keep the nerf rogues, and they're just like stronger because they're just like, all right, I'll just go a different build. F you, all right, I'm not gonna, all right. No secret technique. I don't even know if you really need it. I think it still hits really hard, but I don't really know if you need it. Honestly, I'm not even sure if that rogue nerf even got added. I think they might have had it written in a blue post and they just forgot to implement it. Need to remove secret technique. I can agree for PvP. Like for PvE, I like it, but for PvP, nah. I really think it should be backstab, shadow strikes, and eviscerates, right? Keep it like focused on just pure single target instead of like the secret technique, because then you have to balance the class around secret technique, and then you have to have secret technique do a lot of damage and eviscerates do very little damage in comparison, and then it's all about, hey, 45 seconds, I have my big ability. I guess 30 if you're really spending comp points or whatever, but like every time you dance, big secret, that's about it. Unless like you go is big secret. Make you go by them shadow strikes, eviscerates, and comp point management, right? I don't know, man. Assassin, that's another spec that got buffed. Strong out of nowhere, sub burst damage. Assassin got buffed by like 5% all across the board, which is pretty good for PvP since a lot of your abilities is not trinkets or any external effects, it's just your class. So in PvP, you end up feeling those things a lot more. And in PvP, like auto attacks and stuff do matter, but not as much. Ninja, we have a lot of rogues on this team. I would love to get you in, Ninja Cow. But we have a lot of rogues already. We have 2, which is a lot. It's a lot. Unless somebody like, unless you're like outlaw or something. But even then, like, I don't know. I don't know. Who else can invite? Batman? Who else can invite you, man? We need Onoma's chat. We need my man Kevin, dude. If he popped on. Ooh. That'd be a different story. Do I invite Kuros? Maybe? Potentially? Or do I land us? Human Warrior, Orc, Warlock. I mean, did I ask Landis? I'll ask Landis. Hey, Landis. Wanna join? Oh god, I can't spell. Wanna join? Here we go. The Lemons? I don't remember who Lemons is. I don't remember who Lemons is. Orc Mage. I don't remember who that is. There's so many people, like, there's so many people in my real idea that I have added. I'm just like, I don't remember who these are. And then it's not like I don't want to say it in a bad way. I just straight up actually just don't remember. My brain is, again, not today especially, in particular, it's not working. But a lot of times, that's why, like, whenever I have people added or whatever, I'll usually add, like, a note. Like, Pavs. I don't have a note for him, but I know who he is. He's been a couple here. Panda Cage? God, I don't remember. Scotty says you're the Russian warrior. Easily, dude. Scotty says you're the Russian warrior. Easy. Shamtard, S-Man's T. S-Man's been around for a while, though. Soulscape, World PvP God. Literally have a note for him. You know what I mean? Tasty has been around forever. So there are some people that I've known for like a long while. Like Jeff, too. He's the Demon Hunter. I was about to say one. Flowsy. I remember him. I literally haven't talked to him in a good while, but I have that note, and I remember that note. You know, Beat, easy. You know what I mean? Stuff like that is really easy. Did I invite Beatman? Did I invite Beatman? I guess I could invite Beatman, yeah? Hey, Beat. Wanna join 5V5 1v1 Duels, bud? Which I was getting a PC to join the Duels, get DM, get gear. The PC is horrible on me out. I mean, at least one thing that's true about World of Warcraft. That's like been true for ages and ages. The game can be downgraded with a little bit of effort to run on a toaster or a smart fridge. It is a game that is not well optimized to begin with, so even a high-end PC can't really run it exceptionally well. But like decently well, maybe. But the game can be downgraded really hard. So even if you have like a really shoddy PC, you could downgrade it so hard that it's like, wait, it's actually kind of sort of playable. It won't look the prettiest, but it will be playable. You'd be surprised how many people like don't even like upgrade their PCs. They're just like downgrade their WoW settings, like internally WTF folder settings and console scripts to like get it playable, and it works technically. Wait, StarCraft isn't even out on LFR. I think that's next week or maybe a week after. Is it not out on LFR? I think it's supposed to be, right? Catalyst with this reset, most likely. But yeah, I feel like sub is where it's at without secret play of its rebuild. Yeah, it's really fun right now. It's really fun. Greenoly? I guess we can get Greenoly in here, yeah? That could work. Okay, I think we got ourselves a 5-man team. Somebody's gonna have to be lead. Okay, team is ready to go. Is Greenoly gonna... Yesterday we had somebody like pop into a group and then pop out like seconds after him. I'm gonna give him like a second. I don't know if this man... You can pass me if you want. Oh, pass you lead? Yeah, that could work. Yeah. Where are you? Let me know if you guys... Let me know if you guys lose out. Wait, sum me, baby? Wait. Pass me lead again. Wait, I think Granoli's like, he said summon me. I think he's literally wants to do a molten core. Yeah, I think this guy actually just wants to do a molten core. Wait a second. Yeah, that's not gonna work out then. Sorry. That's my lead again. I was about to say like Granoli, that's a name I haven't seen in a while. And this guy's like, yo, summon me. Alright. Hold on. Yeah. It's AU. Molten Core PvP. Alright, girl. I appreciate you, my guy. This guy's like, yo, summon me up. That's why I thought to myself, like, I wonder at some point it's gonna be like that. Someone's gonna pop in and be like, yo, give me someone. Yo, Spart, wanna join 5V5 1V1 Duels after that Rook BRH arena? We haven't had Spart here in a good bit. Kevin! Kevin! My man! Yo, we got Kevin, boys. We're good. We got my boy Kevin. Okay, we're golden. Okay, now we golden. This guy actually thought we were in a multi-core 5-bit or whatever. That's actually kind of sweet. It's actually really sweet. Okay, pass and lead. We're good to go. Let me just make sure Chicago's all good. Are we good to go, Chicago? Double checking. Double checking. All good, friend. Glad you could join us. Hell yeah, ready? Let's go. Alrighty, boys. Actual first duel of the night. Tail of the tape. Match. Nick and Chicago Nogrand. Ooh, let's get that light mode Nogrand, boys. Oh, good friend. Alright, where's my audio stuff? Audacity. Beautiful. Beautiful. And we are in, boys. Yo, good luck and have fun, everybody, in the 5v5 1v1 dueling arena. Hope you guys enjoy yourselves. Oh, we got ourselves a mage, a fiery mage. We got monks, we got warriors, plenty of rogues as per usual. Yeah, I feel like it's just gonna be a World of Warcraft for season 2, isn't it? I'm kind of hoping they really do something about it, because it's just gonna be out of control with all these rogues, man. Look at this, so many bodies, so many yellow boys in here, man. What is going on? All the yellow class taking over. Why? Blizz, I know it's my main, but like, come on, dude. Can it be like the outlaw yellow class at the very least? You know, mix it up a little bit. It's always subtlety. I guess it is what the PvP spec has been for like years and years and years. Even assassination, like, I'd be okay with it because at least they don't have like the resets. They got the bleeds, but not the resets. Let me set up a... Okay, that'll work. Beautiful. Alrighty. Oh, off the bat? Okay, we're going. Alright, switch. We got us a Chicago off the bat versus Errorless going in for the big damn massful! Wait, flagellation? You're using literally everything that got nerfed about your class. You got flagellation, you got secret technique, you got the dark dance, shadow dance, probably got the double weapon master thing, double procs too. Mad opener off the bat. That's a nerf version. Hold on a second. I am seriously considering that they probably don't have any of those rogue nerfs, quote unquote, in at all. I don't think they're actually in. I don't think they were implemented. Errorless does go for the disarm as LG tried to go for a bit of damage of his own. Got himself dance available as well as a shadowy duel. Is going to get hit with a blind. Does he go for a trinket here? Errorless though was able to counter his shadow strike. Trinket into a gouge. Probably wants to go for a stun himself. Trinket for Errorless off the kidder shot. Try to go for damage reversal onto LFG. LFG with a bit of the evasion. Errorless trying to see if he can swing around him with a shadow step. That is going to be a rogue vanish with a cloak of shadows for Errorless. Try to see if he can get himself a bit of a reset. Does end up going for a re-stealth either way. LFG try to see if you can find them, and this man is a little bit behind on health, but still can maybe get himself a proper opener. Errorless does not have a trinket. He does have cheat death. I think he's trying to see if he can leverage a cheat death, that or leverage the fact that LFG opens up with a shadow strike rather than a proper stun. Going to be Kinder shot, cheap shot to follow. Does LFG have a secret technique? He doesn't. So Errorless is able to get himself a proper go. Does Errorless have himself secret technique right now? The disarm to Errorless. LFG at no health whatsoever. Errorless also at no health either. Does have a vanish at the very least. He's going to go for a vanish, but doesn't find LFG. Oh, wait a second. He does get caught out. I think put a bleed on him for a reason. Oh, wait a second. He just died to a dot. Rocher, maybe. Oh my goodness. Errorless with Conan charging in. Get the shot immediately as he goes in. Opener into a full disarm to Errorless. Maybe in a bit of trouble. Errorless with a smoke bomb. Still has a cheat death. Probably is going to go for a shadow step for all we know. No, he actually instead just going to gouge Conan in that smoke bomb and try to see if he can sprint away. My goodness, this man is playing so ballsy right now. That flagellation, too bad. 1.5 minute cooldown will not be able to get much value out of it. Airless does get back in there. This man sits himself for like 3 seconds. Was like, good enough. Secret technique. Cheap shot. Does he have a disarm? Maybe. Conan may have to go big defensive. Gonna be a shockwave does pierce past that evasion though. That is so good. Disarm onto Conan. Does go for the fear onto Airless. Trying to go for the big bleeds as Airless goes in for a gouge. Is in a bad spot right now. This is where Conan looking for a full recovery. I think it may be lights out for Airless. Does have a blind coming back up very, very soon. That's gonna be Cheat Death most likely. Getting a shot before Cheat Death procs. He has a bleed on him. Looks like he's making some recovery. Could go for a blind here. Cheap shot into Conan. Does he go for the reset? Oh, no way! Are you kidding me? No way! My God, Blood Dagger trying to see if he can get a proper opener. Going to be a blind. Does not enforce a trinket out of him. Not yet. My goodness, Blood Dagger looking to pick up the eyes immediately. Does Airless, is he aware? He knows, he sees it. Does he get the sap? Does not get a proper sap. Does he get anything? Cheat Death still available. Does have a trinket for this one. Is going to be conditioned cheap shot right after. Does summon to Blood Dagger. Blind into Airless. Does break Cloak it though. Hold on a second. I thought Cloak would let him immune that. Maybe he doesn't have the PvP talent for it. Gouge into Blood Dagger. Kill shot. He has a trinket. Is going to go trinket. Cheap shot. Cheat Death out of Airless. Does some flagellation. I think it's over for Airless. Unless he can somehow maybe turn this around. No. There's no way for him to turn it around. That was a good move. That was a good attempt. But there's just no way. My God, dude. I am convinced at this point. Oh. Yo. Sensei. That's actually insane looking Mog. Look at this thing. Yo. That looks sick. Wait a second. That looks awesome. That's a monk setup. Yeah, that looks great. That actually looks really, really good. That's creative. Wow. It's like a very much a samurai-esque set look. That looks great. Blood Dagger opening up with a secret technique. Sensei just has to take the damage to the face, or rather to his back, and wait out until Blood Dagger is out the open. In cap off of that Fist of Fury. Does have Alexi, no chicken available for Blood Dagger. Opportunity for Sensei to maybe make it happen. It's going to be advantage out of the rogue as Sensei trying to see if he can get in front of him. It's going to go for a bit of that AoE. I think it was Blood Dagger dropping in the toy, or maybe it was Sensei dropping in the toy. I'm not really sure. But it looks like the rogue does end up getting away at the 4-minute mark. 20% dampener. It's going to start ramping up. That was fun. Errorless. You use, I swear, flagellation secret technique never got nerfed. I swear there was a blue post that they got nerfed, but I don't think there really were. That was incredible. The damage you did is actually just insane. The rogues, man. Rogues. Can a monk even stand up to a rogue? Wait a second. Sensei might have made a mistake. He used human racial. There was no kid in the shot. I think that might have been a bit of a misplay. Does himself a shield as he gets low. The Spore Cloak does end up saving him. Is it going to be a karma? But it's a blind for Blood Dagger before he gets to run in. Sensei trying to see if he can close that gap. Potentially could be a Blood Dagger getting a sap. There goes the sap. Does go for that diffuse magic in case Blood Dagger goes in the offensive. But I think it's going to be down for the rogue. You just have himself a proper go. Trying to go for a shadow strike. Getting a shot. Does he get to reach Sensei? He does. Plenty easily able to reach him. Got himself plenty of range to try to see if he can put pressure on the guy. Diabolicals is going to be up next. Is Nagatari just trying to get himself a better angle? I think they are. Just trying to just maybe try to get an angle on the fights. Diabolicals, the warlock, the destruction master of the fire and chaos. Gonna try to see if he can fight through blood. The blood come out of stealth to try to bow to him maybe? Or is it just like a succubus found him? Might have been one of the other Soulfire in the opener, as Diabolicals is going to go for a stun around the pillar. Dagger going to take a bit of damage, though. Might just have to get aggressive. Is going to cheap shot Diabolicals into an interrupt. Does get juked out as an Infernal is out. Soulfire, man, this damage ever. What was that Soulfire? Oh, okay. Blood Dagger does have a doubt on him. Not going to be able to catch some proper reset. Diabolicals needs to get in there, send the pets in as soon as possible. Trying to see if he can port the rogue, Cloak of Shadows for blood. But the succubus sees you. Wait, succubus is literally following you. You don't have eyes, but the succubus knows exactly where you are. What is this? Hold on. Is Blood Dagger needs to find a way to shake this thing off? Wait, Diabolicals, if you're careful, you'll see exactly where the succubus is at. It's going to be Bonds of Fel. Did Nagataro break the Bonds of Fel for Blood Dagger? He might have. He might have walked a little close. Oh no. Oh no. Blood Dagger does go for the secret technique into his shadow meld immediately. Wait, what is going on? Succubus is just attacking Nagatari. I think he realized, like, wait a second, I don't want to make a mistake. I don't want to mess up their duel. It's a proper 1v1. I'm just gonna go to the corner. I think he was trying to get a better angle of the arena. My goodness. Yeah, I trolled on for some trinket as meld an old monk pain. Oh yeah. If you're used to melding and you put the trinket in the same keybind, I can totally see how that could be a bit of a problem. Gonna be a second BCC as Diabolical trying to go for a bit of a Soulfire versus Blood. Doesn't get a big hit. Not the biggest hit possible. It is gonna be Secret Technique to follow. But for Blood Dagger, I don't really know if he really needs to use Secret Technique unless he simply doesn't have any Shadow Dance charges. Mortal Coil right after. Diabolical's doing quite a bit of damage to Blood Dagger. It is gonna be advantage out of the Rogue. Still has a doubt on him as well. As slow is it gonna be able to get him out in the open? Looks like it does. And the portal is just gonna reapply all of that shadow damage onto the Rogue through the Pillar. Blinder Diabolicals does suck him as good to get him out. It is going to catch him. I think he tried to see if he can walk next to it. Maybe see if he can go for an interrupt into a Bonds of Fell. Doesn't want to break it. It's actually going to be stunned into Diabolicals. Does not need to go anywhere. Big Secret Technique. Dagger not healing anymore though. That's Succubus. Oh, just a conflagration was able to take him down. And Nagatara is going to be up next. Trying to go for an honor duel. Wait a second. Oh man. Oh wait, big burst out of him. Combustion. Decided, you know what? Well, since Diabolicals opened up, I might as well have a go. It is ultra time available for Nagatara. Should be able to put himself back into a good spot. It is a bit of a reflect for Diabolicals for a second. Mortal Coil onto Nagatara. Trying to see if we can port him out. It's going to be a blink around the Warlock, sending out more Phoenixes, but Nagatara may decide to go for an Ice Block here. It is 43% dampener. Trying to go for a bit of invis. Has a bit of dot burning on him. Then it's going to be double portal. I think it's an Ice Block situation unless you want to give up your caught. Yep, Ice Block early before the card comes out. Still lots of damage done to you either way. I think might have been a Battle Match Trinket falling off there as well. As Diabolical's trying to see if he can get himself that Succubus CC Bonds of Fell. Nothing he can really do. Maybe the maybe the mage could still do something. You can't really blink the situation. I think it might be one of those things where, yeah, I think he's just like, you know what? It just, oh. I think he didn't realize, okay, maybe it was a misplay at the very beginning, but he just took it. Dude, errorless. I don't understand. Okay. Should we just make a new rule? Like, all rogues have to play assassination or something? Because, like, I don't think subtlety is, like, I don't think it's... What you did is a crime. A war crime is what I saw in that arena. We may just have to have all of you go assassination just so you don't have this kind of, like, power, man. You guys are going to get drunk off of that power. It's gonna be it's not good for anybody, man. It's gonna go to your heads. I seriously am concerned. I said it multiple times, but I keep reiterating it because I think people are probably thinking that I'm joking, but I really don't think the rogue nerfs went in. I don't think they ever got actually implemented. I don't think they're actually live. I think there were a blue bullet point and a blue post, and that's it, and they never made it into the game. I gotta build for it, lol. Okay, I'm not actually gonna, you're not actually like, okay, let me know, Chicago, by the way, let me know if group is still 5 and ready. Let me do the same for Nick as well. Wait, crap. Here we go. Get you both. Nick, let me know if you're good to go. But yeah, I keep reiterating it, but I really am concerned. Because it's like, Rogue got nerfed in Burst and Secret Technique and all that, but it's crazy. Tech usually hits for 200k, not anymore. The reason why Tech hits so hard is because Echo Mastery stacks, so you have 150 Master or something. Echo Mastery, yeah. But Flagellation, they nerfed that by 80%. Was it only the damage of Flagellation that got nerfed by 80%? I thought it was like the whole, like, Mastery bonus and everything, but that's crazy. Honestly, that is crazy. Rogues nerfed, really didn't notice. Dude, they have been nerfed. They got nerfed this week. It doesn't feel like it at all. But yeah, it's actually kind of crazy. It's at 150% master or something. It's just, you got lots of mastery from it still. So they nerfed the damage, but not the mastery? I thought they said the nerfed effectiveness, which I guess it depends what that means, right? But I thought that meant like the mastery bonus from it, not the shadow damage. Because I don't think anyone looked at it and was like, oh, shadow damage. Yeah, that's really the hard hitter. I mean, it kind of does add a bit of damage, but has so much mastery. Other than Ritz too. That's crazy. That is actually insane. That's actually kind of insane. Yeah. I'd kill Airless if I got out of this fight. Yeah. It's, dude, oh my, oh, we actually lost a rogue over in team 2. That's perfectly fine by me. Perfectly fine by me. We're getting new rogue, Rokan, over for team 1, which I'm actually okay with. At least it's new bodies. But the less, we may just have to ban rogues, man. We may just we may just have to ban rogues. Did we ban rogues tonight? Do we do it? Which? Just so like everybody else gets a chance to play. I mean, I guess then it's warlocks that dominated that, right? Do you win with this? Gonna be Blood Dagger over for the team too. I love that mount. It's actually still so good. Oh man, whoever worked did a fantastic job. Conan on the team, Nagatara. We got so skillful. I love that name, by the way. I love it. With Chicago going to be first up versus Sensei as an elemental shaman off the bat, knocking him. That's going to be a re-roll for Sensei. Knockback yet again, but doesn't quite go over the edge. Still trying to see if he closes the gap with a lasso, landing him kind of close to Chicago, but not quite. With a route to follow, Chicago's going to have to go for everything in order to catch a bit of recovery. Big lava burst flying in, goes full right after, got himself the generational burrow to follow. Do they have yet another knockback onto Sensei? They may need one right now. It's going to be Earth Shock, maybe Frost Shock. May just need to go for Frost Shocks on the Sensei in order to keep him slowed down, at least rooted. It's going to be yet another Earth Shock, Frost Shock. Chicago barely any health in cap for Sensei. Oh my goodness, there's only so much you could do, but I do appreciate Chicago playing out the elemental. Stun onto Sensei, mad damage out of Conan. Forward for Sensei, trying to see if he can bail out of there. Most likely going to go for port yet again. Disarm onto Sensei, just trying to make sure he doesn't really have himself a proper go. Conan trying to see if he can get back up onto the bridge. He needs a bit more bleeds on the Sensei. Does get a full root on the guy. Fist of Fury trying to see if he can fight through it. The blades with the Dragon Rage as well as Odin's Fury are going to go through. Sensei does end up going for the double hamstring to make sure that Conan is immobilized in place. Might even be able to go for a knockback if he can land a good angle with that Crackling Jade Lightning stun onto Sensei. Does to himself a little bit of that fade damage with a leg sweep. That's going to be Conan breaking out of that stun with the Human Rachel. Trying to see if he can maybe turn around. Both Monk and the Warrior are just going full on damage on each other. Going to be disarm to Conan off of that Fist of Fury. Conan does end up popping a pretty big defense right now. It is going to be another hamstring lead together with a charge. Does kind of limit Conan's future mobility for a bit here. Trying to see if he can maybe get super hyper aggressive with Sensei there. Does he get to catch up? Recharge him back over there, but Conan has no help whatsoever. Maybe down for the count right now. Sensei trying to see if he can finish him out. Going to be big Fist of Fury, most likely with a parry. Well done by Sensei, but it is going to be the Diabolicos. Wait, it is going to be so skillful as a Demonology Warlock. I love that scythe, by the way. That thing looks insane. That thing looks great. But he's going to try to see if he can find himself a good angle versus Sensei. Does have a demon chasing after him. Imps around the corner, hoping to maybe fell barrage him back-to-back. Mortal sent him pretty early on with the fear right after. Allows Skillful to at least build a little bit of resources. Got himself a decent setup. Sensei is going to have to go for, I think, the most... I guess he's just going to have to find a way to outrun the demons. Try to see if he can put the demons in the corner. Single out so Skillful. Try to see if he can blast them out. And really, it's going to be down for Skillful to just, I think, maintain the army of demons the best possible. Sensei goes in for big damage, but doesn't really have a way to really counter it. Skillful could go for a Tyrant right now. Actually, might be in a decent situation, at least to buffer the pets that he has. He does have the Obelisk together with the pets as well, so maybe it could be really good together. But instead, actually delaying that Tyrant until a little bit later, does end up getting himself a pretty hefty shield. That's going to be wall to follow. No longer has a Dark Pact anymore. Maybe in a bit of tight spot. Second Felgar joins in. There goes the Tyrant. Nothing he can do. Sensei trying to see if he can karma away for Skillful. That's going to be yet another Axel. Shadow Fury does not really do anything at this point. Sensei got a lot of damage turning around versus Skillful. Does end up getting himself a little bit more healing. Needs mobility to escape the Monk, but the Monk got himself yet another jab in their final hit that he needed in order to take him down. With Blood Dagger going to be up next. Trying to see if he can get himself a proper go versus the Windwalker. Got himself a not diffuse, but a Ring of Peace as well as a disarm right after. Blood Dagger kind of limited what he could really do. Trying to see if he can maybe get himself a go versus Sensei. Sensei does not have, actually no, he does have access to a trinket. He can get out of the next stun. It's going to be Dampen Harm. May not need it. Actually decided to go for it either way. Did not know what Blood Dagger was going to do damage-wise. He didn't see Shadow Blades or anything. I think might have seen a Cold Blood, but he did not go for the biggest go there, at the very least. Sensei did have a dampen, but did not trust it whatsoever. And now he's going to be on a 1.5 minute DR with a human racial, so he will not be able to break out of stuns all that easily. I'm not really sure what that guitar is trying to do. I just hope he's not like getting all up in Blood Dagger's like face here. Like if you want to watch from a distance, it's perfectly fine. Oh, there's a bird. Look at that. There's a bird up in the tree. Gonna be opened by Kid is shot by the rogue onto Sensei. Cheap shot right after. Does have himself the Spore Cloak. Brocket as a shield, but Sensei Did not need a trinket at the very least. Disarmor to Blood Dagger, has a Fist of Fury to lock him down for just a second. Blood Dagger just sees a couple more globals, trying to see if he can chase up to Sensei. It is going to be Karma right after, trying to see if he can go for a bit of recovery. Does he have any more mobility? Any more ports potentially? Got himself lots of recovery though, only 22% dampening, so he's able to recover with Vivifies as well as with Expel Harms very, very quickly. Trying to keep the Rogue in combat as best as possible. Next Kidney Shot could be deadly. Does have Alexia for it. Trinket out of the Rogue. Could maybe go for a Cloak. Instead goes for a Shadow Meld. Does end up escaping Sensei. At least try to see if he can stay away from the guy as best as possible. Sensei is going to reposition back up top. Should have a Trinket back up for this one. Human Racial should be back up and online for the next big stump by Blood Dagger. Sensei at this point does have some defenses coming back. He may want to actually use this stun Trinket, Human Racial, as soon as possible, just so he can give himself a bit of a breather. Maybe in-cap the Rogue, just control him until defense is coming back up. There goes the Trinket port. Does have a port back up in case he wants to go for it. Blood Dagger, I think, is just going to wait. Smoke Bomb Sensei, trying to see if he can roll in while the Rogue has stunned DRs for a good bit. Does AoE him out with the Gouge to follow the Rogue. Does he get himself a proper Shadow Step? Trying to go for a juke. Instead, actually goes in for a restyle. And that's a whole army of trees just running circles right now. I like it. I like it. I dig it. Gonna be Blood Dagger trying to see if he can escape. Where is the Wen going? Wait, is the Wen chasing after like one of the mages maybe? Wait a second. One more tree, Kevin. Needs to join in. Kevin needs to join them next time. Oh my god. Cheap shot by the Rogue. As he's got himself Cold Blood, maybe big damage. I think might have messed up his Cold Blood a little bit. He had the Cold Blood, but no secret technique to combo it into. Lexia with a Blood Dagger. This is going to be Big Fist of Fury. Maybe Blood Dagger might not even run secret technique actually. For all we know, does Shadow Step past Sensei, trying to make sure he can escape past the Monk. Got himself plenty of mobility to zoom away from the guy. At this point, Sensei does have a Trinket back up. Won't be able to use it for a little bit here. Until about like another minute maybe. So for Blood Dagger, if he has himself a proper go, Shadow Blades, everything, he may be able to make a big play right now. Sensei might not have much of an answer unless he goes in for a pre-defensive. Blood Dagger has himself a proper go here. Sensei, does he have the Spore Cloak back up by this point? Because that could give him a little bit extra survivability. Does go for the port before the Rogue can set up a good go. Could go for yet another port right now. Has opportunity. It goes in for a jab instead. Fist of Fury trying to hopefully maybe stop the Rogue before he has a proper go. Disarm right after. Delaying the Rogue's go yet again. Going to be an evasion by the Rogue. Just trying to see if he can stay a little bit healthy here. Get a shot at Sensei. Pre-dampen harms it. Big secret technique. Does jump force and check out him the way with a Karma blind to follow. The Rogue actually got a lot out of Sensei. And if he's got a cloak, he could cloak this Karma if he wanted to. Tries to go for a restyle, does not get a proper go. There's going to be Lexi, tricking by the Rogue, barely any health. Does have a Cloak of Shadows, but I think it might be over. Oh, touch of death at the very end with Nagatoro. As the last one, does Sensei take it here? Potentially. I think it's actually maybe a full sweep for Sensei. Might be a proper 1v5 fighting through the Rogues, man. I guess he does have like only one Rogue that he had to fight compared to the two Rogues on his team. But I wondered, back-to-back Rogues, Nagatoro just walks up next to him, Polymer right after, backpedaling it out, got himself a big Pyroblast, trying to make sure there's plenty of range with a Pyroblast right after. Into combustion? Wait, was that like a lone cast Pyroblast for like a build or something? I'm kind of surprised it's just like a hard cast Pyroblast. I guess if you have Pyroclasm, you could do it, right? But I don't know if you have Pyroclasm, but then big knockback onto Sensei does go flying as Nagatoro trying to see if he can punish him with a couple Pyros here and there. Is going to be an alter time in order to catch up a lot of health. Sensei trying to see if he can chip away at the health. Hopefully, maybe even force cooldowns. Big damage on the Nagatoro. Does force a cauterize out of him. Nagatoro just died right then and there. There's going to be another fireball. Got a lot of damage for the Monk. May decide to go for an Ice Buck here. Unless maybe Sensei, does he close in? Nagatoro no health. Does go for the Ice Buck. I was going to say for a second, one tick of Jade Lightning would have gotten him there. Nagatoro had no health whatsoever. It was all borrowed health. Does go in for a full Ice Buck into an in-cap right after. Oh no, Karma to follow. Can't even answer right now in a tight spot. At this point, yeah, Sensei just needs to push in, pressure, and there's nothing that can stop him. 5-0 by the Monkus. Well done, well done. My goodness. That was actually so close between him and the Mage. I mean, I do wonder what the Pyroblast was for, but maybe it's like, well, by the time I finish the cast of Pyroblast, I will still have the greater Pyroblast flying. Maybe just trying to cast like the hardest hitting spells off the bat, which may actually be the case. Hardest spells connected once with combustion, that would be pretty good, honestly. Should I assess? It's up to you. Honestly, if you really want to challenge, I'd even say outlaw. But that at that point, like, you're just punishing yourself. So if you want to assess and you have a build, go for it, my guy. Go for it. Cryptic? I can stop DK if you prefer. It's up to you, friend. You are free to play any class that you like. You play whatever you want to Cryptic. I don't want to be telling you which class you should be playing or shouldn't be playing. Whatever class you want to play, my guy. Honestly, play what you like. Well, I'm saving this real quickly. Chicago, let me know when you're ready, because Nick says we're ready. If I'm gonna go Sasser, we got this airless. Let's go. I like it, man. I like it. One sees another, because if you guys both go Sass, solidarity, man. That's where it's at, dude. That's where it's at. Nice. Big grats, fam. Get any good loot out of it? Hey, my chick's got him some ATC, boys. Let's go. Huge. Let's go. Very unexpected. How did you get this tier? Oh, wow. Yeah, nice. Nice. Hell yeah. That's awesome. I gotta get myself tier for all my alts, man, as well. Tier's kind of huge. Never mind. Wait, hold on. Chicago needs an Omas. Chicago's looking for an Omas. If you guys want to join Chicago, you're more than welcome to. The groups are going to be listed in LFG Raids Legacy. If you guys want. Is it, it might have been Calvin or Cryptic that swapping, right? Might have been Cryptic that swapping over. We'll give him a second. Oh, wait, they're back. We're good now. We have some mage switching for something. All good, all good. So that is, I think, Cryptic switching over to a Death Knight. NVM, we're good. I think we're good to go, yeah? What do we do? Blackrook Hold, I guess? I guess Blackrook Hold. I like it. I like me some Blackrook Hold. Alrighty, so from what I can tell, two rogues switching Assass. At least it'll be different kind of gameplay. I think Assassin Subtlety are kind of similar, but you won't have like the constant like crazy resets like the other specs do. You don't have the cooldown reduction. Oh, I see one. I see you two. There it is, dude. They're doing it. They're doing it. Oh my god, so we got at least one Assass, one Subtlety for each one. Let's see how it goes, yeah? Nice. Hell yeah. Yeah, as a monk? Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, as a monk, I think Windwalker got a really decent tier set for 4 set. I know Healer does too. Remaster, I don't remember exactly what it is, but I think it's like... I know the tier set is like dodging and kicking. Dodging gives you better kicks or whatever. Crit damage and crit chance. So I guess it's the 4 set maybe? I mentioned for someone else. All good, all good. If you guys ever want to switch out characters, just let the group leader know. It's like, yo, I want to switch. Is it cool if I do that? And they're like, all right, I'll list it. I'm like, ah, cool. But a lot of the dudes like Chicago and like even Sensei would just invite me past my lead and I could wait for you. Chicago totally would be down for you guys to do that if you guys want to do that, honestly. Alrighty, switch. Kevin gonna be first up off the bat, charging in versus Rogue. It's gonna be a Makama. Wait, did you come out of stealth in the opener and then vanish? Wait, oh, that actually is a cool mog. I like it a lot. Sap onto Kevin as he's playing the Arms Warrior. He may just have to respond early here. It's going to be immediate trinket with a parry as Kevin goes in for a stun, trying to get some bleeds on the Makama. It's going to be disarm, kid to shut the fall. Does Makama go for a big go? That's going to be flagellation. If you can delay the flagellation as the Arms Warrior, you may be in a good spot. Does go for the parry, trying to make it difficult for Makama to really have him so proper go. The Shadow Strikes do go through, but the Eviscerates are not really the same. Bleed onto Makama, trying to go for a Cloak of Shadows. Does the Cloak have the bleed reduction? Oh, blades are either way. Doesn't even matter. Can't really escape this warrior. Easily blind. As Kevin does end up burning quite a lot of cooldowns there. Makama is bleeding out profusely. If Kevin can maybe leap in, catch back up, does catch up to Makama. Execute may just do him in. Got him some big bleed into AoE. Get a shot. Cheat death. I think maybe just be down for the count either way. Oh, and the warrior does end up taking down the rogue with the bleeds on the airless. She turned him into... Oh my god. Wait, is it airless tournament to meet? Oh my goodness, Kevin gonna be up next versus Chicago, playing out the Elemental Shaman, got him trapped up in the SATA-III, immediate trigger, but Chicago just wants to be extra careful against an Arms Warrior. Better respond early, respond often, throw in the Lava Burst, and try to go for Frost Shocks, just keeping a range on the guy, not letting him go anywhere at all. He doesn't go in for a bit of a Warlock Hellstone on the team as Diabolicus and So Skillful are able to provide a little bit of support for their allies. Reflect up for Kevin, try to go for a kick onto Chicago, actually has the opportunity to go for a fast casting uninterrupted. Roken, Ice Sphere to follow, big damage to Kevin, has the Frost Shocks right after, Blaze Storm to break him out of this one, Earth Shock yet again, waiting until Blaze Storm is over to go to a Frost Shock, but it's going to be Stormbolt instead. Kevin knocked back, but has a charge back in, able to stay on top of Chicago, able to stay afloat. Lava Burst may be pretty big right here. Does he have a Frost Shock? Double Earth Shock, double 3 triple Earth Shock. What is this with Chicago? Just Earth Shock and Kevin tasing the guy. Does go in for the fear. Reflect is up in the opener. Flame Shock, Light Lasso does give Chicago maybe a bit of a break. Does he win right here? Does Kevin go down? Does he live? Oh, no way! What is this? Wait, what just happened? I'm sorry? What just happened? Kevin's literally just will, his might, his warrior's will. He's not gonna give up. He's just healing off of this rogue into a thunderstomp just to make sure the rogue is debuffed, it is slow, it is bleeding. It actually takes a lot of damage right now. Got himself an evasion. Blade Storm for Kevin. It might need some kind of defensive right here versus rogue. Next get a shot could be very, very deadly. Trying to see if he can fight it through. Death Mark is on him. This then bleeds on the rogue. Trying to go for a thunderstomp. I think it's going to be over. Wait a second. Blood Dagger still has dots though. Does he have bleeds? He may have. He has a bleed. He does go for the Hellstar just to make sure he doesn't die. Dude, what was that? That was insane. I'm still so confused what that was. That was incredible. He literally just looked at Chicago and just channeled his warrior's will. And I just saw like a thin red line snap on Chicago. Just the life snapping like a string. My goodness, that was insane. I love that. I don't even know exactly what happened, but it was great. Blood Dagger is going to be open up versus Rokum. Got him some full set of bleeds. Cloak of Shadows ahead of time in case Rokum goes in for a proper go. I think just trying to see if he can play into that evasion of Cloak of Shadows. Actually, I think able to even dodge one of these stuns as well. Just immune him entirely. Big secret technique. Mad damage to the blood. Does go in for a disarm onto Rokum. Does blood have enough damage? Because if he got enough dust, Rokum could just die right here. Blind to follow. That's a trick. He does trick it into a gouge. Does he have a stun to follow? I think he's just trying to see if he can get some dots in, but Rokan, I think, was able to go for a backstab, maybe an eviscerate. Just a handful of abilities take him down. Conan does end up leaping on top of Rokan, but because the rogue was an advantage, the enhanced stealth, he is able to kind of bypass the damage that it takes. Does not take him out of stealth just yet. Disarm into Rokan. Dots himself an evasion. Big secret technique to Conan is going to be disarmed. Not much he can really do. Trying to go for a big shock move into Conan on Rokan. Doesn't quite catch him into a big bleed. Does he catch him here? This way he needs to go for as much healing as possible. Blind to follow. Trinket not available. All to use a human racial. Might need to pick up. Yeah, it's picked up already. Might need to pick up second side of bites. Wait, does Rokan have a bleed? Rokan does end up shadow striking to him. Can shout into Conan. I think it might be over unless he doesn't have secret techniques, so he's only got a Visceral Shadow Strike. Maybe, I was thinking maybe he would have a global in between of the stuns where Conan could just go in for Bloodthirst or Impending Victory or something, but no. So Skillful is going to get a stun onto Rokan, but not really pushing in, not really sending out the Felguard or anything yet. I guess this rogue just waiting until a little bit later until he can get himself a better go. It is going to be an interrupt onto Skillful on fire. Is going to go for a bit of a dark pack as the pet. Should be able to stun up Rokan. Perfect opportunity for Skillful to maybe go for a proper go versus Rokan. Just trying to get as many pets up and running as best as possible. It's going to go for a port. Not really. I was going to say for a second, he didn't really need to because he still had line of sight of the rogue, but maybe try to see if he can catch him before the rogue makes an escape. That was interesting. Wall really early for Skillful. Trying to be extra careful here. Got himself a little bit of the Tyrant. Big damage potentially. Rokan does have a Cloak of Shadows for the Tyrant. Will want to use it as soon as possible. Does he interrupt the Tyrant? Maybe. Potentially. Skillful to summon up even more pets. All that physical damage. Bypass it past the Cloak of Shadows. That's how you do it, dude. Demonology. Got so much physical damage for it. It is a caster. And normally you're thinking, oh, caster. You mean like magic spells and wizardry stuff. No. Just somebody in demons let him do your dirty work for you. With Airless charging in versus So Skillful. Can he do it? Does he just give him maybe like a bit of an honor duel? Potentially, no. Go road to opener. It's going to be Cloak of Shadows immediately. This is going to be immediate board out of So Skillful. He needs to be very, very careful with Airless. Stun, immediate trinket to follow. Needs a mortal coil as soon as possible. Sepsis! A septic build. Wait, it's actually burning through So Skillful very, very quickly. Fear onto Airless. Has another fear. Just trying to control the rogue as best as he can. Skillful took a lot of damage from the poison, by the way. That was a lot of damage. That sepsis did a lot. Wait a second. What is this? Airless trying to see if he can find himself a better angle versus So Skillful is going to go, I think, for a blind onto one of the pets. Yeah, well, he did try to blind one of the pets. Girl, road to opener into a kidney shot. Death Mark, there's nothing Skillful can do. Even if he lives this somehow, the dots are going to just rot him. That's it. It's over. Yeah, just secure the kill. Just put dots on the guy just let it do the work. My goodness. That's Sepsis play. What was that? I liked it. That was interesting. I'm still trying to figure out what did Kevin do? Why does Kevin only have 1 kill? Huh? I swear it looked like Kevin fought Chicago and then fought someone else. Did somebody like sniper kill in Chicago or something? Is that what happened? I'm not even sure. I guess I need to go back and look. Yeah, I need to go back and look. I'm not exactly sure what that was. Interesting. But yeah, that was... I do want to know what Kevin did to Chicago because it was full bleeds set up on him and everything. I'm pretty sure I had a flame check on myself after a reflect while I had a BM and I felt... Oh, that might have been it, yeah. Because it looked like everything was good and then all of a sudden your health dropped and then just a snap happened. Yeah, you're so lucky. Meld's the thing. Are you a F? Dude, honestly. Meld is huge. Shadow Meld is actually insane. And yo, NA boys, you guys just hit that 100. Alright, who needs a body real quickly? It looks like Chicago needed one for a second, but are we good? Are we good? Sensei, Chicago, are we good to go? Because we'll just go for the next one, man. Uno más, boys, yeah? By the way, let me ask, make sure. Ready? Smiley face? Bro, they have CCs and CC breaks all city. Yeah, man, yeah, it's nutty. It's actually kind of disgusting. Meld goes hard, dude. Meld is... It's so good. I can't really say anything about it. I can't say anything about it. It's just really, really, really good. It's like one of the... It's so... There are some ratios that are really good in PvE, right? Like Troll for the Haze buff as a caster is really, really good. Or like as an Orc as a Beastmaster Hunter, or a Unholy Death Knight, or as a Demonology Warlock, because the pets do more damage, right? Because you have that pet proc. You know, and then Blood Elf for like Mythic Pluses, where if you want to remove Dispel buffs off of the enemies, right? For a good bit, it was really, really good. Whether it was a Silence, whether it was a Dispel. But man, in PvP, some ratios just hit so different, and the stuff you can do with Meld is kind of just next level. It is just ridiculous. I'm thinking about making my main enough again, so many outplays with Meld. It's just really, really good. It's like an extra defensive, and if you know how to use it properly, it is excellent. Yeah, it should be a gnome or dwarf. Conan is human. The only reason I play human. Dude, I do like it though, honestly. Plus, human racial is not terrible. Like, when it comes to racials, it could be like a... I guess a gnome would have been okay too, right? But human racial is really not a terrible one. It's not as strong as it used to be though, that's for sure. But it's not terrible. Like on its own, you know? Switch. We got ourselves Team 1 together with Diabolicals on that team. We got Airless, we got us Kevin in the back. We got Roka, looks like already prowling around versus So Skillful. Immediately taking the gate, trying to see if he can get away from the Rogue. Could be maybe dropping down the Fellor. Does drop down the Fellor. That's going to be Roka going in with a Sepsis. Wait, subtle to Rogue with a Sepsis? Trying to go for big damage on the Skillful? Wait, the dot of Sepsis, even for subtlety, he's actually doing quite a bit of damage. Wait, does he have himself the proper go? Where that poison is a shadow damage ability, does himself a shadow step, that is a flagellation on top of it. Wait a second, there's like a Covenant, Shadowlands Rogue or something right now. Wall for Skillful, lots of pets attacking him, does himself a Cloak of Shadows. It is going to be Axels by the Felguard. Tyrant still in play, could be a potential lots of damage on Roka, does go in for a Vanish here. I think used the Vanish aggressively at some point, stunned by Skillful, trying to see if he can predict where the Rogue is going to be. Cheap shot yet again, Secret Technique right after. Does he have any outs whatsoever? Dark back very, very, very soon. Mortical, last second, does give him a little bit of health to work with. Fear right after, has a Dark back up. It's going to swap onto a Succubus as a Demonology Warlock. I guess just to get a CC onto the Rogue and maybe a slow. Interesting choice, actually. May want to use Dark back as soon as possible, though. Succubus used to go for the Succubus C immediately. Try to see if we can summon new Felguard. Wait, did he mean to summon Succubus? I think he might have summoned the wrong pet by accident. But I actually could have used his Succubus CC and then swapped out the new pet. Actually would have been cut out of the play into a Dark back. Barely can have it. Oh man, Roka does let him go for flagellation. Barely can have anything good against these sub-rogues, man. Roka does charge in, Trinket, trying to see if he can break out of that CC. Gouge to follow. Does he have a Zerk Rage for this one? Might have not even talented into it. Roka looking to just see if he can escape behind the pillar, skulking away like rogues do behind a bunch of boxes. Coda does pop in defense stance. Eyes are available if you in case he wants to get aggressive with a rogue. And honestly, maybe the play. Roka does not hover by the eyes at all. Conan walked past. I hate when they do that. I hate when the eyes do that. Sometimes you can like walk past them and when you don't mean to like pick them up, you grab them anyway. And times when you want to grab them, they almost never get picked up. Almost never. I promise you. Almost never happens. Roken does end up getting himself a full reset versus Conan either way, though. Second eye's available. I don't even know if he's going to need him, though. Does try to see if he can go for a bit of a counterattack versus Rogue. Sets is up for Roken. Does himself a big go. That is going to be disarmed by the Warrior. Got himself a big defense stance. Cloak shadows and evasion as the Rogue. Trying to see if he can take up as much as possible. That is going to be a big bleed. Roken does end up getting the sepsis taken out onto Conan, who was able to tank up a lot of this damage either way, though. Does leap over. Maybe can go for another eye. Potentially, Roken is nowhere near the eyeball, so if you go in, that would be a pretty good time to do it. Trying to see if he can catch up a bit of health stun onto Roken, into a kidney shot. Does Roken flagellation? There he goes, big damage right now. Trying to see if he can maximize versus counter right now. Cheap shot right after, building up a lot of mastery. Fury to follow, mad secret technique, does go for the disarm onto Conan. Does he have any more eviscerates to follow? This is where Conan trying to see if he can get himself a bit of an upper hand versus a Rogue. But may just need the eyes right now. Rogue does have himself still flagellation for a good bit. Lots of mastery stun as Conan does break out of the stun. Trying to see if he can go for Odin's Fury, reverse it until the Rogue does hit him with the disarm, but the blind should let the Rogue at least make some distance away from the Warrior. At least separate far enough to maybe get away. Does Odin's Fury go through wall, by the way? Because some abilities literally go through a wall, like Paladin's Wake of Ashes will go through any line of sight and any pillars. But I don't know if Odin's Fury does. I don't think it did there. It should put a bleed on Rogue either way if he does, though. Gonna be opened by Roken yet again. Conan does get smacked up with kidney shot into a secret technique. Disarm right after him. Roken trying to see if he can finish him off right now. Cheap shot to follow with the viscerates back to back. Conan barely any health available. Does go for a stun to Roken. Not much you can really do, though. And I think it's just gonna be the Rogue ripping him away. Ripping him up little by little. Does get hit with a Garrod, though. Bleed is on him. Cloak of Shadows up for Roken. Does he have the cloak? He does have the cloak that removes all physical effects. Hi, how's it going? Just hanging out? I guess while we don't have the, what is the pillar of water in the middle. Phantom Knights by, what is it, Blood Dagger does get Roken out in the open. Evasion out for both the Rogues. Blood Dagger trying to see if he can find himself a better angle. Flagellation out for Roken, but a blind comes out as he goes in for that Shadow Step. So Blood Dagger should maybe hopefully be able to get himself a proper opener. Get a shot onto Roken. Does have a trigger for it. Disarm into Blood Dagger. Trying to see if he can deny him as much damage. Disarm yet again. Does have the Deathmark. I don't think he really needs weapons in order to Deathmark the other Rogue. It's going to chase after him. Bleeds are up onto Roken. Does go for the vanish, but doesn't really have any proper escapes. Trying to get some dots back into Blood Dagger. Opportunity for Roken to maybe have a go versus Blood Dagger. Has a trigger for it, but I don't think he really has any stops for Blood Dagger for Roken either way. Sepsis onto Blood. Does go for the cloak. Roken bleeding out profusely. Is he going to be okay? Is he going to be able to make recovery? Blind may just have to get counter-offensive with a blind, but I think it may be over Garrod. I think Blood does end up taking him out. Cheat death as the gouge comes out, but the dots do end up ripping him apart either way, though. Well done, well done. Is it Airless up next versus Blood? Oh my goodness. Rogue versus Rogue. Assass versus Assass. As both of them decide to go assassination for this one. Bit of an auto duel. Blood trying to go for a bow, but Airless swoops in. I think Airless knows, like, this literally, even if I go for a bow, I just don't want. I think Airless is trying to deny having this Rogue stealthy duel yet again. He doesn't want to have too many of those. Negatara is going to be kind of starting off in the middle, though. I guess you could say that, wait, hold on, the mage started out a little early, but then again, some would say maybe Airless should have given the Rogue an on duel. But I guess it also keeps the Rogues out of stealth, which is the important part. Gonna be a full bleeds up for Airless. Does go in for a vanish. Nagatara got himself a bit of a battle mass. Tricky Garrod from around the corner with a sepsis right after. Could potentially be a lot of damage. Getting a shot to follow. That's a lot of bleeds with the death mark right after. Nagatara could be in a bad spot. I think it's probably going to be cauterized unless it go for an ice block right now. It does go for caught with an ice block. Oh, that's super unfortunate. Battle mass Tricky also doesn't help the situation either. As Nagatara does end up at least escaping certain death versus a Rogue, but this is going to be yet another Garrod, yet more ambushes, full, what is it, Echoing Reprimand, big dots, but he's got actually quite a bit of firepower versus Rogue, potentially, wait, hold on, maybe Nagatara could maybe turn this around. Airless getting back in there without even catching a re-stealth really quickly. Nagatara does have a, what looks like alter time, does alter back in. Airless is there to greet him. Oh, Airless has no hold whatsoever. Wait, does he get a flame shock by Chicago? I think he does. Or is it just mastery mage burning him? Get a shot on Chicago? I think he realized it. Yeah, it's over. He realized, you know what? I have no health. But again, we have lots of Rogue duel. Oh! Oh, Sensei just getting dribbled. Look at that. Knocked up and knocked back, man. My goodness. Sensei is going to go for a bit of damage to the zone as Zuen joins in. Chicago may have to be very, very careful here. Looking to knock up Sensei yet again. He does end up boarding back though. Chicago is able to at least knock up Zuen for just a moment. Do they have any more outs? Lexip may be a tricky situation. Does go for a bit of healing. Might be in a bit of trouble right now. Trying to see if he can maybe freeze down Sensei. Earth Shock right after. Do they have maybe a Frost Shock to follow? Instead of just Earth Shock, I guess, getting lots of procs with those things. May want to go for Frost Shock just to at least root the monk away if they can at all. Knock out for a second, knock back against the wall, root him in place for a moment. Does go for a bit of healing surges as they get himself a little bit of casting while moving. Do they maybe have a light NASA? Earth Shock? Oh no, that's just rough, man. I love the knock up and the knockback, but man, I do also like how you got so many Earth Shocks back to back there, by the way. That was kind of cool. Lots of rogue plays, man. My goodness. Oh my god. Let's get ourselves another one going here, boys. Yeah, uno mas. Actually, you know what? That one was a lot of rogue play, but I thought that was fun and entertaining. It wasn't like a lot of stealth. There was some stealthy rogue stuff, but really it finished up with a lot of like rogues being out of stealth and just kind of hanging around doing stuff. I like that. You know what I mean? I'm pretty easy to please, apparently. My neighbors are probably tripping my sword in Spanish for being fair to the rogue. Bad for me. You're good, my guy, Petri. You're good, yeah. It's a 5v5 1v1 duel. You can be fair to the other person, try to give them an honorable bow, or you don't have to. It's really in your court. If you want to do it, you're winning a book. But if you want to get that win, snipe out the rogue, make sure that he doesn't get that much play. Also, viable strategy. There's no wrong answer. Honestly, there isn't a wrong answer. The only rule is, as long as you keep it up to the 1v1 parameters, you're good to go. Everything else is fair game, honestly. As long as you're fighting the guy in front of you. I didn't have a pet for the rogue first died to me. Oh yeah, I didn't have a pet first. Oh really? You didn't have a pet? Oh no, dude. We should do this more. That's actually really fun with you both being assassination. I love that variety that we got, man. It's a little different than what subtlety does. It's a little different. It's a lot more like sustainy focus too. Target dummy, you're fine, my guy, you're fine. Errorless Chicago, let me know when you guys are ready, or if you guys are looking for more bodies. Looks like Chicago's good. If not errorless, Sensei and Chicago, let me know if you boys are ready. I guess I'll do this task real quick, yeah. My friend, ready. Okay, both of you are ready. Awesome. What do we go, man? What arena do we do? Do we do a Tiger Speak? Lordaeron? I think we do a Lordaeron so these rogues don't get a chance to... I guess that's unfair, right? I was gonna say, so these rogues don't get a chance to hide behind the pillar. But there are some spots rogues can hide. But also we have casters, which are probably gonna take advantage of the pillars as well. So to be fair, I guess everybody gets to... Errorless, my mans. Literally swap into that outlaw. Interesting. Anything but blades. Okay, I'll try to not bring back blades. If anything, we'll do Nagrand again. I also want to do Tiger's Peak. Any other arenas you guys have like a preference for? Like anything you like? Just playing arenas in? Because usually they have like the same arenas we do, but the other arenas like Maldraxxus is a little too big. Tolrana is a bit too big. Mugabala has a weird hook point. I like hook point a lot. Beacon hits for 600k as a fast page of 407 MO, by the way. That's not terrible. I mean, 600k, I guess if it crits, is that a crit? Or is that just like base hit? Because I imagine like you want it to crit for it to be valuable then, yeah? Because it's like a 1 mil. New one this season in DF. Okay, we could do that. Switch. We could try that one as well. That one is a little bigger though. From like times you get to play it a bit. It does seem kind of big. Gonna be Diabolicus first up versus Nagatoro waiting to go. He's gonna go for Invis, skulking around. On that team we have Errorless just being a madman playing Outlaw. Who does that? Kevin on that team, Roken in the back as well. Sensei as Diabolicus waiting patiently. Is there Succubus nearby? Or do they sacrifice it now? Literally Nagatoro is just right behind him, literally waiting. He's got so much free time with an Invis. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Is gonna open up with a big breath. Is there a Succubus anywhere? Did you hide that Succubus? No, I don't think you... Wait, you do have a Succubus. I was going to say, do you hide it somewhere in a good spot? It is going to be Succubus. You see, off the bat is Nagatoro. Get a hit with a Soul Fire. Does have Ultra Time, so should be mostly okay, I think. Might be. Probably. Combustion was used, but Combustion was shut down by that Succubus with an Infernal Slam. And on the other side of the mage is trying to get himself a bit of damage. Doesn't a blink it past Diabolicals, or if not blinking, I think doing the reversal blink. Big K is about to follow Nakatar, maybe in a bit of trouble. Does go for the eyes, but before the Cauterize comes out, it is a lot of damage getting hit by the Destruction Warlock. That is a big Infernal running into as well. So it's a lot for the mage to deal with. Does go for an interrupt onto Diabolicals with a Succubus stopping you immediately. Unless you can stun CC or line aside the Succubus, there's only so much you can do. Sending a couple Pyros over to Diabolicals. They got himself a Reflect. Actually, he's in a good spot. Just chucking out Chaos, I think it may be over for Nagatara unless you can get him maybe a shield. Definitely needs some kind of defense right now. Does have ult time last second. Maybe that'll give you a little survivability. Wait a second, Cauterize. But oh no, the Cauterize is burning down through you. I feel like the only way to do this, oh, that's rough. I feel like the only way you could do that is that Cauterize proc and then ult time as Cauterize gets to super low and then at least regain some health back. That's a rough one. Blood Dagger immediately getting hit with a Succubus. You see, as he opens up with Diabolicus, going to be immediate board out of Dia. Does not really have that much mobility to follow. It is going to be full death because Rogue goes in for a full Cloak of Shadows. Cancel does still connect. Either way, though, Dia does get plenty of defense. Dagger not really look at all that healthy right now. So far, it could be the end of him. Actually, looks like does go in for the Vanish Kidney Shot Trinket. And it's just going to be Dia still trying to go for Soulfire. Wait, is this enough? Wait a second. No. Honestly, I thought it was the court. The ball was in Rogue's court that entire time, but apparently it isn't. Is it airless next? I think it is. Looks like it is. Yeah, I think it is airless. Okay, Assassination versus Outlaw. That's gonna be interesting. Honestly, I thought Diabolicals was winner of that one, but Blood Dagger was able to turn it around last minute. I guess that death mark, and then just keep chucking out them dots, letting him stay on him the entire time. I guess that was super helpful. Airless out of stealth. I guess he's trying to get Blood Dagger to open up on him. Blood Dagger did just use the death mark, so right now, Airless is probably feeling pretty confident. As Outlaw, though, I don't know how you're gonna do. I guess you could always be full of surprises, right? Evasion immediately for Airless as well as Blood Dagger. This is where Airless needs to get comp points. Does go in for the killing spree. Does give him a bit of a DR, actually. Like a bit of a combat DR. Trinket out of Airless. Got himself full stun to Blood Dagger. Trying to go for bitter damage. Cheap shot. Sepsis to follow. Quite a bit of damage on the Blood Dagger. Ambushes piercing past defenses. Airless does end up catching him together with Sepsis and ambushes. Actually gives him quite a bit of damage either way though. Chicago back in that enhancement, gonna be up next as Airless still has a couple bleeds on him, and Chicago's giving him as much of an opportunity as possible, just letting him catch up on a little bit of health as much as he can. What do you got going on? Big Ascend? Yeah, I think you just have to ascend with the Big Ascend, you know? Just got ascended. Are you out of dots? Looks like exactly right as he's out of dots. Opening up with an ambush, could go for a proper kidney shot right now. Actually, looks like he's going to go for a bit of a shadow step. The pets are in. Does go in for the knockup. I don't know if he meant to have a knockup or a knockback effect. It is going to be advantage for Airless, or rather, yeah, it is going to be advantage. Cheap shot to follow. Does get himself at least a little bit of that fine weakness onto Chicago. Pets are going to be fading away. Actually, now they're going to be fading away, but Airless does go in for a blind root around the corner. Does have a shadow mode. Is there dots on him? Does get caught out in the open either way though. Airless, do you have a cheat death? I don't think you do. Sepsis onto Chicago. Pistols to follow. Doesn't really have a lot of defenses to work with. Maybe in a bit of trouble. Unless maybe another kidney shot. Sunder by Chicago. There's only so much you can do. Unless you had a cheat death in that moment, there's only so much you could really do in that situation. Rokan going to be up next. Shadow Strike on Chicago. Immediate wall as a Shaman. Trying to see if he can tank up. Trinket, as expected, big secret technique out of the Rogue. Does end up knocking him up in there, but they don't really go super far. Does someone to Chicago. Does go for the Burrow. Maybe he can go for a big go into Rokan. Big zap right after. Cloak of Shadows to follow. Can still maybe go with those wind strikes through the defense of the Rogue. Does have himself a big Guardian. Maybe the Guardian will be enough in order to give him a bit more survivability. Trying to see if he can play super aggressive here. Next that could be deadly. Sepsis to follow. Chicago cannot really get rid of the Sepsis. That's going to be stunned to Rogue, but it's still gonna get him. Conan charging out with a Stormbolt, but it's gonna be a little bit DR. Does end up leaping past the Rogue and just gonna keep slicing right through him. That big Odin's Fury does catch and try to go for a bit of a shockwave. Doesn't quite connect the fear. Does get the Rogue trembling and plays the kidney shot reversal onto Conan with a secret technique right after. Rogue can kind of limited on the defenses he could really use. Has himself advantage in case he really needs to escape. Shadow Blade's coming back up. Dan's almost available too. Conan does end up going for a big defensive, big bleed onto the rogue, does go in for the advantage to try to see if he can soothe the bleeds as best as possible. Conan does not really let him get out of combat all that easily, keeps whirlwinding him out to open as best as he can. Get another kidney shot. Flagellation. Roken got a lot of damage opportunity with his sepsis, lots of damage. Nature and Shadow both going right through Conan, trying to see if he can get himself a little bit of survivability. Shockwave does not quite connect. Disarm, not much you can really do in this situation. Got himself rallying crowd, but I think Roken may just have him. Conan charging in, but an eviscerate is gonna greet him straight to his face. Was so skillful. Gonna be up next. Slow onto Roken, dropping in more pets. That's gonna be Felguard and everything chasing after the rogue. Eventually, I think the Felguard, and if you can get more pets over there, like Demon Dogs and everything, that probably would just take down Roken by itself. Does get himself the Demon Doggos, an instant cast proc either way. As Roken does go for the Cloak of Shadows, trying to see if he can get himself a go for skillful, but I think it's just a matter of time until he goes out. Does get a Vanish back up and running. That's going to give him some cooldown reduction, as well as going to soothe his wounds a little bit here. Skillful, looking to pick up the eye as soon as possible. He got himself quite an imp army ready. Roken backing up as far as he can, going over to the other side of the eye. If Skillful can get the pets over there, and if they can stop Roken from recovery, that would be perfect for the Warlock. Does go for the Dark Pact really early on as the secret ticket comes out. Rips right through the Dark Pact really quickly. Fellor joins in, but that thing is just not even getting a single swing onto the Rogue. Was that just a natty dodge? Might have been just a natty dodge. Got himself an angle versus the Warlock where he's just out of Fellord's reach, but not quite in there. Doesn't walk into the Fellord, trinkets out. I don't even know if the Fellord actually still got a single good swing. It's going to be all the pets, Valfian, as well as the main pet Felguard joining in. Roken barely any health available. Does he have a go? Demon Dog charge in. It's only a matter of time until the Rogue is done for the count. No, Cheat Death does proc in. I was going to say maybe no Cheat Death. Sepsis onto the Warlock. I think the Warlock... Do you die to sepsis? No, you got plenty, just a little bit of recovery, but not enough to withstand a full-on warrior. I don't think. Does get himself a pretty big board in the corner right now. Does have a Dark Pact last second, may just be able to use it. Kevin does get Axe Toss. There's just nothing that can slow him at this point. Big bleeds, does go for the big execute. Not much you can really do in that situation. The Outlaw Rogue play, interesting. Roken does end up picking up two. Well, he's picked up a couple of kills there. Not just Dia, was it Diabolicals maybe? No, Dia was close though. Dia was very close. Alright, let's get us another one going here, boys, yeah? I like that Outlaw play, by the way. If you had Cheat Death, I think that would have given you at least a little bit of survivability. I honestly feel like Cheat Death, personally, depending on the situation, I feel like if you can get a heal, that's fine. But in a duel, I feel like Cheat Death is almost always the play at this point. Seems fun. It is really fun. It just does very little damage in comparison to like Sub or Assassination, but the Ambush Outlaw build is really enjoyable. It is a lot of comp points that you're just building. I really wanted to make, and for a bit you could play a parity build too. It was like a build where, what is the best way to describe the build? It's a Dreadblades build that has a lot of comp point generation, like a ton of comp point generation. But I don't know, it's just, it kind of fell off since we don't have the old tier set anymore. We only have the new one, and it's kind of like shoddy. It just does not compete the same way. I guess is the best way to put it. I don't want to like disparage it or anything, but I'm trying to point out exactly what's wrong with it. I think it's when it had the damage with dispatches and sinister strikes. It was in a really good spot. Mutt said, you use this Mog in your rogue, is this true? I did. I used to. Back in the day. But no goggles. The shoulders are dope, but the set is okay-ish. It was a set I used to use a lot back in the day. Are you good? Don't worry. No, you're good, Setback. Don't worry about copying, man. Ready if you are? Sensei, I'm ready. Ready, friend? Okay, so you guys said, I want to do a Tiger Speak, and we'll do an Okud. I played a rogue major many years, man. Figured a dust offer to learn. It's fun. Yeah, we're good to go, boys. Hell yeah. I didn't get about the talents, then? I didn't get good talents, though. So if you wanted, like, Outlaw Rogue talents, I need to just find, like, an Outlaw Rogue here. Here we go. What is this guy running? Oh no, he's back to his subtlety. Never mind. I was gonna say outlaw, but no. It looked like this man was outlaw earlier, but I guess not. Dream? What are you doing out here? I think you just try to see if you could find somebody who's low and just snipe them. I don't know. I'm gonna stick around to find out. Cause I'll be dead. Where do we go? Tigers. We are tigers. Mighty, mighty tigers. You know, there's some commercials that were around from my childhood that just get stuck in your brain, right? Oh, wait, Netflix? Is that Lux? Wait a second. I saw Netflix. Who was it against? It was in someone else's stream. It was in someone else's stream. Who was it? It's some bumpkin. Yeah, I was in some research and stuff. I was like, how much damage does a bumpkin do? I was like, oh, well, PvP doesn't have logs, so I guess I'll look at stream. It is logs. Okay. So that's the same. I think it was Rudar. He was playing with a, I think a Resto Shami, and Netflix was playing with some random Mistro monk. And we were just like, press Star Search twice and just killed the dude. Just literally walked. He was running around circles. It was like, all right, hold on. I'll do root, silence, he'll gnome racial. Okay, then I'll do root silence, he'll trinket. Then I'll root silence, he'll go gnome racial again. And then next root silence, he just walked up, Star Search, the guy stopped. It's just, I think I was just memeing the entire time. I was just like, I just wanted to know how much damage boomies do right now, because I just don't really run into a lot of them, and it's just like, oh, okay, all the damage. So Twitch. All right. Okay, so that's what a professional boomkin does. It's just the first stream I popped on. I wish PvP had logs and stuff, man, so you could really do more research like that. But it just can't. Short and deadly, make it a rich. Oh my god, them spears. They're just poking out so hard from left and right. But short and deadly, make it a return versus Sensei as. We got actually a lot of fewer words. We got ourselves Jash, we got ourselves Conan, Blood Dagger in the back as Outlaw. Hold on a second. Yo, no way. Chicago. We got ourselves Airless, also Outlaw. Roken is Outlaw. Okay, dude. Quartz on the Paladin. Netflix with the Feral. Sensei getting opened up on by the looks of it. Does go for the Summer to Short and Deadly as the banner comes down. Going to be a charge by the Warrior, but it's going to be bored by the Monk in order to get himself to safety. Short just going to cut his losses back up. Monk does board back in. Quick Fears of Zuen joins in for Short. Might just be buying himself a little bit of time until he can go for like a big go into Sensei. Try to see if he can slam him down with full go. I think he's just gonna, yeah, just back it away while he's got offensives. There's gonna be a leg sweep off that trinket to follow him. It's short, deadly. Not a great spot. Just going for Stormbolt. May decide to go big defensive. Does going for a bit of enraged regeneration. Going for an aggressive stance right now, but might still be in a bit of trouble. Does he maybe turn this around onto Sensei? Did use a stun earlier. May decide to go for a rallying cry. There goes a rallying cry. Got himself a reflect and everything available just to get himself more defense. But no, that's just so much damage out of the monkey. Doesn't even need to get him super low. He just needs to get him low enough in order to be able to hopefully slam him down with just a little bit of extra burst damage. Jazz going to be up next. Is playing into a spear build. Does end up... Huh? You are tethered by the spear, but he just ignored it. He was like, you know what? I don't feel like it. Wait, did you like Tiger's Lost as he speared it? Is that what happened? That was crazy. Jazz doesn't end up going for a charge, but doesn't quite reach since he's up on the top side of the platform, walking around the eyes, actually using the eyes as like a pillar, making sure that he just goes around it. That's actually kind of creative. Charged by Jash. It's going to be a Fist of Fury to follow for Sensei. Does end up rooting out Jash off of that slow. Just really playing a hit and run playstyle. Jash does end up going for a pretty big defensive though. Enraged Regeneration has been activated. May end up putting him back in the overall though. As Sensei charges into a Dragon Kick. Fear by Jash to stop in place for just a second. Trying to see if he can ramp up a little bit of damage of his own. Got himself full Odin's Fury. Does Sensei have an answer for this one? Lexi to follow. Jash with a Trinket. Did throw a Stormbolt right after before Fist Fury comes out. Trying to see if he can max out the damage. Sensei doesn't end up going for a port. He has a second port in case he ever needs to. And Jash looks like he's not going to charge after Sensei. Instead, he's going to actually backpedal a bit. Back up out of there and just heal off of the images instead. And Sensei trying to see if he can get himself a little bit more damage, I guess, or a bit of recovery. Maybe waiting for cooldowns like Zoen joining in. No Lexi for a bit though. So for Josh, maybe an opportunity to maybe just get some damage on the Sensei without being really interrupted. Sensei just trying to see if he can focus on the offensive. Stormbolt to follow. Does Josh have anything to follow up though? Does have himself a rampage? That's going to be Fist of Fury out by the monk. No way for him to break past the fist for just second. Karma to follow. Josh is in a bad spot. Cannot really get super offensive. What does he do in this situation? Trying to see if he can spear Sensei. At least keep it at bay. That spear does end up building up into the karma damage either way though. But for Josh, at least he's able to lock down Sensei in place. Does go for a big defensive, and is going to go for a final jab at the end, taking him out. With Chicago going to be up next, trying to give Sensei, I think, a little bit of an auto duel. Sort of, kinda. At least waiting until Sensei is ready to charge in. Sunder immediately. This is going to be Chicago getting hit with a Lexi. Does Chicago have the tier set by now? I imagine the new big alien blast does end up dunking onto Sensei. Lots of damage, does end up recovering. Big leap by Chicago. Yet another alien blast connects, but it doesn't really do as much damage. I guess Sensei maybe was able to go for a heal as soon as it hit him. But Chicago is able to get himself Raptors in, as well as a... Look how happy it looks. That Raptor face. Trying to go for a bit of a frost check. Needs to find a way to catch up to Sensei. Next, Sunder is what they will need in order to set up a big go versus Sensei. If you can max out your fire damage and physical damage during that Sunder, you're going to be golden. Chicago does get hit with a bit of a slow by Sensei with a hamstring. He's just trying to see if he can avoid him while the Earth Elemental is up. It does give Chicago a little bit more survivability as they just get a little bit extra help to work with. Disarm onto the Shaman. Does have himself the Raptors coming back in. Is able to maybe get himself a little bit of survivability. Sensei does go for big defensive. Going to be a knockback by Chicago. Lexu by Sensei. Does Chicago have an answer here? Does go for the Burrow. Knock up Sensei. Into the Fist of Fury. Does go for the Sunder. Lots of opportunity damage for Chicago right now. Sensei does go for the port. Does he go for another port? Chicago, I think, is expected for him to port anytime, so does end up rooting him out. There goes the port. Wind strikes available. In cap right after. Sensei does end up going for a bit of CC on Chicago, who is playing into a random Ascendance build. Does have the Ghost Raptors back up and running. Could summon him back in. Karma to follow. Has to play defensive, but not a lot of health available. Sensei got himself a lot of damage out of left field. Chicago just trying to see if he can maybe outrun this Karma, outrun the wind, just outrun the monk. Does have wall coming back up and available. That's really about all you have. Trying to get a bit of Maelstrom off of the Raptors as well as off of Zoen. That's about all you could really do in this situation. Sensei just playing it, just trying to win this duel as fast as possible into a knockup at Chicago. Maybe can wall this, can at least wall this damage. Does not go for the walls. The Lexi comes out, does get kicked pretty hard at the end there. Sensei is going for a full sweep if possible. Conan charging from around the corner. Stormbolt. Sensei does end up porting, but the bolt is holding midair. Could go for yet another port. Does Conan have a way to reconnect right now? Charges him. And it's going to be immediate disarm by the monk. Trinket out of Conan. Trying to see if he can charge out. Intercepted by the charge. Does Conan have himself a full proper go here? Needs himself full set of bleeds. Is going to end up charging out into Sensei. I think he ends up picking up the eye though. Trying to go for the bleed. Do they attach? Do they connect? Some kind of bleed is on Sensei, but I don't know if it was the Dragon's Roar bleed. Potentially that might have not connected properly. Conan does mount up, trying to see if he can find himself a bad angle versus Sensei. Needs himself all the cooldowns, does get himself a Reckless's proccing as well. This is going to be Sensei trying to go for a bit of a knockback onto the Warrior. Shockwave to follow. Sensei kind of low on health. Does have defenses coming back up very, very soon. Got to be ring up to try to see if he can boop the Warrior away as he's looking for the recovery. Trying to play it as safe as possible if he can. Conan, does he have himself anything here? He got himself defensives. So if he can time defenses properly, he should be able to at least nullify a lot of the go from Sensei. Dampening isn't super high either, so maybe you could see some sort of recovery here. Sensei does have himself fools, not Serenity, but Stormburst of Fire, Karma to follow. Maybe Conan going in for a bit of self-heal. Not in a great spot health-wise. Trying to go for a bit of rally. Does go for a bit of healing. Needs to go for Bloodthirst. Disarm, kind of limited what he can do. Wait until, oh no, didn't even get a chance. The Disarm was waited there for Sensei. Knew that he needed to pressure the Warrior until in Rage Region 4? Did somebody leave? Somebody leave? I thought it was everybody playing in Team 2. Or maybe somebody left as they're about to die? I'm not even sure. Alright, we gotta go again. Because a lot of the Team Sensei just didn't even get a chance to play. Let me know when the boys are ready. We'll go again. Onomas, onomas, yeah? That was really quick. What happened there? It's supposed to be 5, right? Or did somebody actually leave? Might have been somebody... Oh, maybe somebody did leave. Okay. Maybe. Because I thought that should have counted, but apparently not. Alright. So, Chicago needs Uno boss. Chicago needs one more body. If you guys want to join Chicago, group is listed over in the LFG Raids Legacy section. You guys are more than welcome to pop right in and join up if you want to. Looking for all of us. Other rogue? Hell no. Oh, okay. As out? I mean, you also respect outlaw. So honestly, it feels like, yo, I gotta fight Sensei as outlaw? Hell no. Even though last season outlaw was like, would counter monks pretty hard. Just the consistent damage, and then if you go for like what Fist of Fury, you just ambush past it, just keep hitting him. There was literally no way to stop an outlaw from hitting you. You would just hold dance until the Fist of Fury, and then you dance and just ambush him past it, right into the face. There's nothing you can do. Between the eyes into the face, pistol. Parry did nothing. But they just didn't really buff up the damage of outlaw as I was hoping they would. Alright, hook point, yeah. Both of you boys are ready. Hook point. We'll try to see how that one goes. Let's go on Ashava. Ashava? I got kicked for doing the D4 boss. Oh, okay. Yeah, I feel you. Yeah, when you get into the 5V5 1v1 duels, if you're not like actively there, the game does tend to kick people. And it happened quite often too. Not often enough where it's like every single duel is a problem, but like anytime anybody takes like 2 seconds to like, I think I can AFK for like a little bit here, right? The game, it just knows, man. It just somehow knows. So unless you're actually like in the arena and moving once in a while, or parking yourself to like auto run into a wall, but even that, I don't think that works properly either. Unless you're doing something like that, I don't think you actually get to can really AFK that well. I actually like the Shadow Dance thing. Yeah, it's interesting. I like the fact that rogues have it. I do hope that maybe rogue talents do get updated a little bit. Like seeing some of the paladin rework and the mage reworks does make me envy them a little. But also there are some talents for rogues that are not working entirely correctly either, apparently. It's still up in the air for like Night Stalker for a good while. They said, oh, it works. And then people tried it and it's like, wait, no, it doesn't. They're like, okay, now it really works. And I was like, wait, kind of, sort of, not really. I'm like, all right, now it really works. And I'm not even sure. I'm not even sure anymore. You know what I mean? Switch. Got ourselves a Nefex over for the team 1, ready to go versus Terrabarros. Immediate opener, full bleeds off the bat together with a swarm wall up for Terrabarros. Might need to go for Chill Dominance here, honestly, too, as Nefex does open up with a full incarnation, just maximizing damage. Wants to stay in there, get those stuns in. Trying to go for a Cyclone. Wait, are they trying to go for that Cyclone on a PvP talent in duel? Because that could be interesting. Nefex trying to see if he can get himself a better angle versus Terrabarros. Does have himself a little bit of survivability. Defensives have been kind of sort of used, only Trinket mostly, but it still holds onto a wall. Renewal as well as the Heart of the Wild in case he needs to. Terrabarros trying to see if he can randomly blind the Feral out of stealth. Does not quite catch him. Nefex going in for bleeds, but being extra careful. Just trying to see if he can set up some dots onto Terrabarros. Does go for a Cyclone. Wait, does he have the next like bite, next maim? I don't think. Oh, he does. He definitely does. Hold on. He does have a setup. Oh, big go versus Terrabarros. Is it going to be enough though? The man goes in for as many defenses as possible. Bleeds are going to force out his Spore Cloak in order to give him a small shield as he does dip super low. It's going to be Nefex coming back in. Maim onto Terrabarros. Is it going to be enough though? Try to see if we can keep the pressure rolling in. Could maybe go for the Frenzy. Oh, that's going to be a lot of bleeds. Terrabarros is forced, I think, to bubbly here. Nefex, see if he can survive this. I think he may just have the Paladin ropes. Does go bare for him. Could go for a full defensive Bark Skin together with maybe Renewal. Trying to see if he can hold on to it. Instead goes for Heart of the Wild and overall. Stun to follow weight out of 4. Maybe Terrabarros turns it. Oh my goodness. I like what Nefex was doing. He was using that new PvP talent where if you cyclone somebody, it automatically shifts you into cat form, and your next finisher will apply Feral Frenzy on the enemy automatically. So if you can use a Cyclone, and then Cyclone as it's about to fall off, it'll shift into cat form, hit Prowl, go for a maim, or go for a bite, it'll apply a full-on Feral Frenzy. And if you can use that aggressively, you could have Feral Frenzies rolling constantly on the enemy, as long as you can go for those Cyclones. but Terror Barrows was able to turn around. I like that play. It gave him lots of pressure, forced a bubble out of the Paladin, but Paladin's right now just kind of nutty. Quartz trying to see if he can get himself a better angle versus Terror Barrows, putting him out in the open. Stun onto Terror. Does he have an answer? He doesn't. Wall is all this man's really got right now. Into a Spell Warden. Does at least give him some protection against the holy damage of Quartz. Trying to see if he can turn it around. The damage on him. Quartz is trying to play it super defensive. Does not have much physical damage. Is going to go for Blessing of Protection, but Terror Barrows can blast right through Blessings. Hold on a second. Terror might just want to stay in there. He got so much holy damage, he just pierces past the big immunity for Quartz into a Stun right after. Does he turn this around? Full wings available. Does he have himself a big go? Trying to see if he can slam down wall for Terror. Does get himself wings of his own as well. And this is what Terror Barrows, if he's careful, no way out of the stun. Quartz able to get himself quite a bit of pressure. Does himself the full damage. Final wreck as the Shield of Vengeance is up for Terror Barrows. Trying to go for a bit of damage. Quartz also got a Shield of Vengeance as well. Right now, Terror Barrows is only slightly behind until the trinket is back up. Next stun should be in his favor. Quartz will not have an answer for the stun right now. No more bubble either. So actually, Terror Barrows got a lot of defense on Quartz. Does he have any damage? He doesn't have wings right now, but maybe the procs? Maybe he's got something, trying to see if he can make something happen. Needs to be extra careful, trying to see if he can play super defensive behind the pillar. Stun right after. Terror could be in a bad spot. Does have a trigger for this one. Quartz, does he have an answer? Wings available for Terror. Is it going to be enough though? Got himself Spore Cloak in order to get more defense, but I don't know if it even matters. Quartz somehow still life blind onto Terror Barrows. If Quartz gets wings right now, he could maybe turn this around on Terror, unless Terror gets yet another stun. Mad damage still using those wings. Is it enough? Oh, it does get the double judgment. The proc of judgment, actual judgment, back-to-back stun into Roken. And Terror does not have any more big immunities. It is an Outlaw Rogue, so at least it's not the worst kind of the rogue for you to deal with. But if Roken plays it carefully, he should be able to get at least quite a bit of consistent damage either way. Disarm onto Terror, trying to see if he can just waddle away, grapple over. You're not really going to be able to run away from an Outlaw Rogue anytime soon. Killing Spirit right after, trying to see if he can break through the Shield of Vengeance. Pistol shots to follow, but I think the Rogue may just have to retreat right now. I like how the Rogues decided, yo, let's play Outlaw today. But now you got Paladins out here. Probably the worst spec to be against a Paladin, unless maybe. Well, that is like a Roken might be able to do something. Gonna be random wings for Terror. Cloak shadows for Roken. Can't really be hit by Paladin abilities whatsoever. Pistols in his back, man, just constantly blasting him. Got himself a bit of a blade rush to follow Terror. Does he have a stun? If Roken has a proper stun on Terror, he may just be able to do something. It is going to be random wings. Cheap shot to follow. Wait a second. Maybe the Rogue gets him. Does it probably turn it around there? Roken has no help whatsoever. But so is the Paladin. Terror, though, does have a bowl back up, though. Is he going to be able to use it? Was that a forbearance on him, or is he okay? Roken at no health at all. Does have yet another evasion. Does someone to Terror Barrows. It's going to be ambushes back-to-back for the Rogue, but I think he's just done for. Consecration might just kill him. Cheat death. Oh! Cheat death procced, and then he died insta. That is actually unfortunate. Airless is going to be up next from one Rogue into the next. Try to give Terror Barrows as much of an honor duel as possible. I just realized Terror Barrows so far is the only one on Team 2 that even got to play. So Airless needs to find a way to slam him down if at all possible. Gonna be full sepsis, magic damage, able to pierce past Terror Barrows quite easily. Actually doing quite a bit of damage overall though. Gonna be a big ambush spree for Airless. Trying to see if he can maximize the damage. It is gonna be a big sepsis proc onto Terror Barrows after Airless got himself back-to-back ambushes, lots of pistol shot damage. But looks like he's gonna back up for a second while Terror Barrows does get himself the big proc of Spore Cloak. Disarm onto the Paladin, trying to limit some of his holy power generating abilities. Kidney shot to follow. Does Terror have anything? He does have a bubble. So he's just gonna bubble it, Airless with advantage to follow as a final wreck comes out. For Rogue, at least he's able to deny Paladin damage. Paladin just so focused around doing damage to the Rogue, trying to go for a big Wake of Ashes, does not quite connect in the same way as the Rogue goes in for a quick sap. Does he have a go? Trinket available, maybe for Terror Barrows? I don't think so. Blind off that ambush. That is unfortunate. Terror Barrows still howls onto wings, so for Airless, he better be very, very careful. Does roll a pretty decent set of buffs. Get a shot onto the pallet. Does have a wall for this one. Cloak of Shadows for Airless. Trying to see if he can get himself any of those ambush procs. He peers past the Paladin's defenses. Does get himself those double ambush procs as he needs them. Just someone to Terror Barrows while he's got himself a big defensive gouge by Airless. Maybe a blind to follow? No, just gotta go for a bit of a reset. I do want to see if Airless can actually make this work, because right now, actually, historically, over the last few expansions, for Outlaw Rogue, doesn't even matter, never mind, I was going to say, for Outlaw Rogues, historically, Paladin has been a really bad matchup, but Airless was able to just finesse him at the very, very end. Blind onto Jash. Airless does not have a way out of here. It's going to be able to go for an evasion. Get him some sepsis onto Jash. Needs some kind of healing. Vanish may need to come out here as soon as possible. Does a evasion for just a handful of seconds. There goes the Vanish. Still full dots onto the Warrior. And Airless doesn't end up escaping it. Wait a second. What is Alaric 2 set? 20 damage per second? Bro, what? Yeah, the tier set is super fried, man. It is super fried. This is why I said, like, our tier set doesn't really feel like it doesn't need damage. Because it's like, it's bugged, basically. Long story short, it is pretty bugged. Airless does have a cheat death. Maybe you'll be able to leverage it here. Gonna be a grapple as cheat death does not proc just yet. No bleeds on him for a second. I think he may be okay. Feint, trying to see if he can catch a restealth versus Jash. If he can get himself a little bit of healing, he may be okay. Trying to see if he can get himself a better angle versus Jash, if at all possible. That's hit him with a sap, cheap shot to follow. This is going to be going for the big killing spree, trying to see if he can make a big play off of this one. Kiddy shot to follow as Jash does going for the Odin's Fury. It's going to be Airless with pistol shots. Get him some cheat death in case he needs to. Oh, cheat death didn't even proc. Wait a second. Sensei walks by and snipes him. What was that? Cheat death. Okay, it procced, but it like procced into your death. What was that? I don't understand, dude. Cheat death sometimes just super inconsistent. Gonna be a knockback by Chicago. A Sensei trying to see if he can fight through the Shaman. It's a bug. Yeah, I hate it, man. It is one of the worst bugs out there. The static totem knocking Sensei back. Literally gonna be able to grip him out of there. As it's gonna be lots of pressure by the monk. Chicago maybe in a bit of trouble. Does go for the wall as well as a Guardian. Trying to give himself a little bit of survivability. Lasso onto Sensei does end up shrinking out of this one. Did not feel super confident there. It is going to be Karma to follow. And Chicago really just has to play super extra defensive. Just has to burn all Maelstrom defensively. Sunder, but literally Battle Master's Trinket is all he had. That borrowed help did not help any. Conan up next versus Sensei. Trying to see if he can catch up to him. This is going to go in for, look at the charges. He's just all over the place. Literally like Super Saiyan, blinking everywhere. Max speed. My goodness, Coda tried to see if he could catch him, but I think it was a hamstring right after. Yeah, Airless, that thing was fried. Also, yeah, that tier set, yeah, 20 damage every 8 seconds or something. Really good tier set. Very, very good. So the tier set is already pretty low in value. It does upscale with trinkets. So in PvE, you got some trinkets. It does work off of all those external things like ring, like Onyx Analyte, embellishments like your toxic boots, the trinkets. So with those things, it actually does good damage, but with the rogue abilities, they don't scale super well. So tier set is missing its key component, bar power. So imagine trying to PvP as Outlaw without any bar power abilities. It is rough, man. It is rough. So I'm hoping that rogue maybe will get a bit of a redesign. There are a handful of the classes that are like that too, right? Brewmaster, bar power central, Windwalker to some degree, also lots of bar power to do damage. But at least in PvP, as you can see, Sensei, he got quite a bit of damage without those things. Because the class is kind of sort of has a design, but without, it's like, it's a little undertuned, and you kind of make it up with those bar powers. It's rough. Long story short, it is just rough right now without like cheesy gear pieces to make it work. Yeah. I think the tier 1 from season 1 might be better than this. Might be literally stronger. You have to downgrade your item level, but you actually can do some ambush damage. So, you know, Stormbolt by Conan. He got a Zoa chasing after him either way though. Try to see if he can go maybe last bit of damage, last go. Cheap shot by Blood Dagger. It is going to be very, very hard though. Does himself a drone rush to the ready. Is going to grapple away. A Sensei looking for a bit of a recoup. It's going to be Sensei versus an Outrogue at the very end. Does Blood Dagger use the same build as Airless? I guess we'll find out. If you got himself Sepsis, maybe it'll be okay. Killing Spree to follow. Got himself Dance as well as Ambush. Does have himself Sepsis actually. Quite a bit of damage to Sensei. Could maybe remove the poison if he has a poison dispel. Blood Dagger just try to go for pistol shots from range while he's got it. It's going to go for Blade Flurry. Actually, Blade Flurry will be usable on single target at some point in the future. But maybe, does Blade Flurry hit the walls like that? Maybe that's what he's trying to do. Sap onto Sensei. Does Blood have himself a proper go? Trying to build some comp points for a full kit shot available. Legs up for Sensei. Trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a go versus Blood Dagger. Does he have himself any kind of setup? So Blood Dagger does end up dipping away, grappling away, trying to see if he can find himself a much better angle versus the Monkus. But I don't really know if he's really got much going on at that point. He has to back up. He has to retreat. He has to play it very, very, very safe if at all possible. Until at least some cooldowns are coming back up. That is going to be rough, man. What are we doing to you guys? Sheesh. The thing is, they're not really doing much, less. It's a thing that WoW community has been asking for, like, yo, can we get like a look-see again? Because you guys did good by Paladin. You're doing good by Mages. Where's our Rogue Dev at? Because our Rogue Dev is generally like excellent, but you're just either cooking something and hasn't released anything yet. We're hoping, man, because after this, like in raid, that ring that we're using right now is going to be useless next year. They're probably going to end up nerfing it in 10.15 or 10.7 for all we know. So hopefully they have something to compensate, man, because right now we kind of use a lot of these cheesy things to even deal PvE damage. We're not really getting any compensation PvP wise. Big kick by Sensei at the end with Blood Dagger. Nothing you could really do about it. My goodness. Sensei with 4 actually coming back for his team. Well done, well done. Alright, let's get ourselves another one going, boys. Yeah, if we got groups, let's do uno mas. At least uno mas for the night. Get ourselves a no-cud. A good old no-cud. Or is it no good? 6? We got a lot of these duels. Hell yeah. It feels like I just obsessed here for Rogues and Monks and they almost huge, man. Honestly, man. I'm sorry about that, Petra. I'm sorry, man. Aren't you a mage? Setback? That's how, dude, Setback is known out here apparently. This guy's like, aren't you a mage? That is a good looking set though. Looks great, man. Looks awesome. Let's see. What do we do? Here we go. Beautiful. That's how it is. Love the challenge. Oh, for sure, for sure, for sure. I'm going back to ASUS. Sounds good. Yeah. If you guys playing Outlaw is like hard mode, man. If you want to play something like viable but still difficult, ASUS is probably where it's at. Nick is ready. Chicago, let me know if you're ready, my guy. It'll be good to go. Hopefully. Yeah, perfectly fine, OR. You're good. Hi, what's up, Caleb? How you doing, my man? Hope you're having a good one. Done for the night? Oh no, Chicago! That's okay. That's perfectly fine. If Chicago wants to go, I'm not gonna keep you here. We had quite a lot of duels though. I'll join you guys, my friend. Wait, okay, so if somebody could take over for Chicago, maybe we'll be down to go one more. We lost Chicago. If somebody wants to take over Chicago's group, I'll be down to go again. But we could chill here too, honestly. It's perfectly fine, you know what I mean? Perfectly okay. I'm lead. Wait, are you taking over for Chicago? Is that what it is? I got you? Okay. Trickster. Okay, so this is how you do. This is how you do. If you want to list it, if you're looking for more bodies. Wait, no. Wait, huh? Sensei had to make it? 5v5 2v2 duel? Wait, 2? Sensei taking over for Chicago. We got 5. Wait. Sensei had a separate group though. We still got one group though. Wait. Sensei taking over. I swap. But we still only have one group. Anyway, my friend. Wait, hold on. We got 5. Wait, hold on. What? We got 2. Wait, 2 groups? Oh, okay. I was confused. Okay, so Trickster and Sensei, you guys are both ready then, yeah? I got lead. Okay. Apparently we got a group though. Boys. Trickster. Yep. Okay, we got a group. Sensei apparently swapped. Dude, Sensei literally did the monk switch to the other group, invited a friend, switched back to his group, took over. What the hell? The coordination, man. Kind of nutty. Yeah. Usually Chicago and like Nike are the ones that get Seawork used to get all these groups done, but apparently Sensei's like, yo, I know how to do this now, dude. What the hell? I got you. Apparently. That's so good. Alright, we got at least one more. I guess we'll do no-cud, right? I don't know. Do we do no-cud? I think we're doing a grand, man. No-cud is a little bit of a big arena. I think we do a good old grand, the grand. There's nothing wrong with that one, man. I think we're doing a grand. Not grand. Let's do a good old Nagrand. Alrighty. This may be last one for the night for us, man. Maybe last one for the night. Give it your all. Give it your best shot. No good? Okay, hold on. The one of you declined? One of you might have declined. Someone's offline? Okay, we'll wait. We'll wait. No Blade's Edge. No Blade's Edge. Nagrand. Nice even map for everybody. No bridge. No bridge. Nagrand is the one with the 4 pillars, and it's the, what's the one? Forget what's it called. Crap. What do you call it, man? Why am I drawing a blank here? Is the Warlords General... Hold on, just let me walk me through it. Warlords General Arena in Nagrand. Literally the zone Nagrand. Why am I... My brain, dude. Brain... Not working. Brain taking a break, but so am I, kind of, sort of. Over the last 2 days, man. I decided I'm going to take a break today, take a break tomorrow, and just kind of chill, and just kind of... Hi, or let's go back in with the Dread Blades! Oh, okay, there was a build with Dread Blades, by the way. Not keep it rolling, but there was a build with Dread Blades. Dance, potentially. Opener could be huge, especially if you're playing that one where Adrenaline gives you calm points, because you could basically Adrenaline into Roll the Bones, Kidney Shot in the opener, into Dread, Dance, Dispatch, Ambush, Dispatch, Ambush, Dispatch, Ambush, Dispatch, build a bunch of buffs. Swim in the buffs, and hope it'll be enough. It could be good. I was going to practice it a little bit. Try it. It definitely can do some opener stuff. Brain fart. I would go beyond a fart. I would go constipation into just a night after Taco Bell, and you part in the bathroom for at least 8 hours for the day. You know what I mean? It's just the brain just stopped working, stopped producing anything good. You know what I mean? It just absolutely gave up, man. Absolutely gave up. I guess the best way to put it. Oh my god. So Twitch. Got ourselves plenty of warriors on Team 1. One of them is going to be this agile warrior named Blood Dagger. Going to be calling on that team together with Jash as well as Sensei as a Windwalker Monk. I still got to say I love that set, man. It looks so good. Actually unique. I also like the sparkly gun around you. I think it adds to it. And Terra Barros as a Paladin versus... Is it Nefex? No, it is actually going to be Sakura, the Balanced Druid. Interesting. On that team, we got Nefex, we got ASUS Roka on the Subtlety Rogue, Airless on that Outlaw once more, Diabolicals. Huh? Human Warlock? Did you just switch? Did you just make the switch? Boomkin opens up, immediately going to be kidney shot out of the road. Got him some full dots on her Blood Dagger, maybe a cloaker shot situation. May decide to go defensive. Big Deathmark owns to Sakura. Does Sakura have an answer? Bear form. Got him some Barksian, trying to go for as much recovery as possible. Going to be the full defensive shiv by the rogue, but the rogue is still going to take a lot of damage. Sakura does back out of there for a second, does go for a couple of regrowths. Did they have maybe a big go versus Blood Dagger? Blood Dagger does get rooted out for a second. Dots it back up. Boomkin with Star Surges. Could be pretty bad for the Rogue. Got himself also the little Fade Dragon adding towards the damage towards the Rogue. Going to be a bit of a backflip by Sakura into a wall. The Blood Dagger spiking him with one spike. Second, Envenom to follow, but the dots are burning him down. This is going to be a bit of a sippy cup. Sakura got a lot more, Boomkin's got a lot more dot damage this time around. Going to be Trinket blind to follow. Or not a Trinket. I think it was Blood Dagger maybe breaking him out of that CC as the regrowths come out for Sakura. Got himself plenty of recovery. Able to knock the Rogue out in the open. Able to dot him up fully. The Rogue can't reach him. Star Stardust, he just accepted it. He accepted his fate. He realized what the deal was. He didn't think there was going to be that Typhoon, but the Typhoon was a good play. And Blood Dagger, honestly, should have just won with a bow at the end. I think, how cool would that have been? How perfect would it have been? But it's going to be Sakura next versus Conan, trying to go for a full booming form. Root immediately playing into that instant root. Reflect up for Conan. Can at least maybe reflect some of the dot damage from Sakura, at least here and there. Strongbolt immediately to follow. Conan ramping up with a big avatar. Wait, you got Root and Bash? Oh wait, yeah, they're not on the same row anymore. I'm so used to Boomkins having the talent from like Mr. Pandaria or Mr. Pandaria style, where Root and Bash are on the same row, but they're not. I keep forgetting it, dude. It's so weird. I guess I don't play Boomkin enough, huh? Knockback into Conan does end up getting quite a bit of distance, as well as a slow full start surges flying in. Root to follow, does it reflect? I guess you can reflect one of the Raz back to yourself, but it's going to be Fury of Balloon to follow right after Sakura having to play it super defensive. Does get Strongbolted outside of Bear form, which is going to give Conan an opportunity to at least make some kind of a play. Convoke out for Sakura, able to go for damage. I'm not even sure. I guess attacking Jash. I guess Jash decided to reposition. That was actually super unfortunate. This is going to be a full stun onto Sakura. Trying to play it super aggressive while getting away from the warriors best as he could. But that was a little unfortunate. Jash repositioned here. Wait, what? Why is he attacking FX? I'm not even sure. Or is he just healing off of him? Might just be healing off of him, but him being positioned here actually makes these pets attack him. Wait a second, Josh, you may just have to go to the other side of the arena. You may just have to get away so that the pets are not hitting the wrong target, because for Sakura right now, the other pets are attacking you accidentally. Bash into Conan, kind of out in the open, leaping in. Does he have a way to close the gap right now and catch up and healing? Right now, he just dotted, melting right now. Nothing he can do. Wait a second, charge in. Does get himself a bit of a heal. Conan with a reflect. Sakura, do they have enough damage? One more star surge is necessary, but might not even need it. Dots are just doing work, and Sakura wins this one. Balance to it, man. Look at that. The pressure, the constant dot damage together with a tier set, as well as a dot focus build. It's actually quite effective. And then you got star surges in between. Lots of mobility since supposed to be damage, just dotting people up and just kind of running away from them. It's just actually kind of good. Gonna be sensitive, trying to see if we can find a good go versus Sakura. Lexube in cap, knockback, as it is gonna be a trinket out of Sakura. Does get hit with the ring of peace, booped him back in. Fist of Fury right after for Sensei, got himself a bit of that Fae. Full burst coming out for Sakura, as they do get himself what looks like Celestial alignment, dot or a proc for Celestial. Could potentially maybe go for a big mobility with that fly, as well as a flap, trying to see if he can get a distance, but Sensei does end up knocking him out in the open. With the Roken gonna be up next as a sub-rogue charging him, trying to make sure Sensei does not get too much of a go. Trinket out of the disarm. Sensei trying to see if he can back up out of there. Did he try to go for cheap shot? Is it DR'd? Was it DR'd? I'm not sure. Roken does end up burning a cheap trinket really early. Sun onto Sensei. Secret technique to follow. Sepsis right after. Mad damage to follow. In cap onto Roken. Trying to see if he can back up out of the Sensei. Does have a pretty big dot burning down on him. Trying to see if he can maybe reflect it back to Roken, at least dampen the damage from the nature hits. And is able to do so successfully. Roken doesn't get himself a proper reset. Looks like ends up auto attacking Sensei through the wall. Either way, Lex to follow right after. Is going to go for a big go. Roken may be in trouble blind right after. Does Sensei burn a trinket here? He does not. I think Roken also vanished off of a blind too. So maybe he should have saved that vanish. Waited to see if Sensei maybe trinkets that blind. Does get himself a proper stun. Sensei does have an out for this one in case he needs to. Disarm onto the Rogue though. Rogue with an evasion. It's going to be Soothe and Miss. Does get to Shadow Step. Try to go for a kick. Doesn't quite connect. Gives Sensei an opportunity to at least catch up with a couple of Vivifies. Add the 25% dampener mark. Rogue can try to go for a bit of damage of his own. Shadow Blades is back up at the ready. Wants to go in for a good go. Does not have a dance for a good bit. Needs to build up a little bit of calm points. So does have Blades. If he goes for a kidney shot right now, he should be able to have himself a proper go. Shadow Step past Sensei, just trying to see if he can get around him. Kidney shot right after. Does have a dance. Does he have himself a big go? Potential secret technique. No secret right now. Does he maybe have it? Maybe a second. Oh, it's gonna be a Spore Cloak proc for Sensei. Gives him a bit of shield. Karma to reverse the damage back to Roken, who's able to remove the Karma, wipe it off of him immediately with a Cloak of Shadows as he's running the PvP talent, where a cloak can remove physical effects as well as magical ones. Sensei got a Zuen out in the open. It's going to be out here only for a little bit longer. Roken charging in with a Shadow Strike. Sensei porting out into Cheap Shot to follow. Maybe has another port to get away. Does he have himself a big go? Into a secret technique. Does he have himself the big eviscerates? Into an in-cap right after. Roken does not have a trigger for this one. Does Sensei have a reversal? He doesn't have a leg sweep, so he has to play super defensive. He is going to just zoom out of there entirely for Roken unless you got some mobility. There's only so much you can really do against Sensei, as he's going to send in a Chi wave. A Chi... Is it wave? No, Chi... I forget what one it is. What one of the Chi range hits. Just to keep the Roken combat. Flagellation, Sepsis to follow. Disarm to Sensei. Cannot really go for Fist of Fury. Does the man have a port? Does he have a port back in the middle? He does have a port, so the Rogue closes the gap. He could have a go. Kidney shot to follow. Does have a trigger for this one. Flagellation does get applied for Roken. Has himself with some kind of a mastery buff. Not really sure how much. This is going to be Roken with an evasion. Cheap shot again on Sensei. Secret technique to follow. Mad damage. Shadow Strike. Oh, wait a second. Oh my god. Support right after. Sensei had barely any health whatsoever. Barely alive from that one. Roken just undeterred. Chasing after Sensei, who's going to be able to retreat back to the other side of the arena entirely. And Roken trying to see if he can find himself a bit of a restyle. Sensei trying to see if he can get him out. Karma immediately to follow. Does not have a Cloak of Shadows for this one. No blind available for the Rogue. Could vanish in case he wanted to. May want to, or maybe just save. He needs mobility to catch back up to Sensei. He just needs a little bit more. He almost had him. No trigger for Sensei for a good bit right now. It does have himself a ring of peace in case Roken opens up on the guy. It's going to be Shadow Strike. Does he have a kidney shot? Sensei seeing that Shadow Strike, just going to back up out of there. Buy himself as much time as possible. We are 8 minutes into the duel. 40% dampening. You're not going to be able to do anything here anymore though. Kidney shot onto Sensei. Secret technique. Is it enough? Does have Spore Cloak to help him a little bit? Oh my goodness. That is so close. I think he poured it, but at that point his spirit left his body. His soul got ripped out by the rogue. And then man, it's just only a shell left at the end. With Jazz going to be up next versus Roken. Pretty high into dampening. Wait, no, it isn't. It's Cerberus. Picking up the ice in case Roken's nearby. Just wants to make sure he's just... just wafted him away as best as he can. Oh my goodness. Cerberus does pick up the eye. If he finds a rogue, he may be able to have a proper go. Rogue does have 2 vanishes of cloak, but no trinket. And if you can just lock him down in a single stun, you could have him cheap shot opener. It's going to be mid at wall, but Cerberus is broken. Might need to play it super passive. Cerberus also has himself more of a passive opener. Stun did not go for the full go into the rogue. I guess maybe he's like, well, he's got sheet death and he's not like, is at full health. Maybe I should play it super carefully. Does go in for the final wreck. Together with Wings, for Roken, it's an opportunity to go for a Cloak of Shadows ahead of time. Blind, Vanish, does go in for the blind. No trinket on Cerberus, unless he maybe wants a trinket. I was gonna say, what if he just trinkets and just randomly hits the rogue with a judgment while he has the line aside of the guy? Would that be the play? I don't know, maybe, because I'm wondering how much damage it could have done. Honestly, this is gonna be Roken trying to see if he can find himself a bit more stability behind the pillar, recuperated back at trinket and everything. Cheap shot in the opener onto Cerberus. Does have a human ratio for that one. Secret Sneak comes out. Main to burn a bubble here. Shield of Vengeance up right now. Cloak of Shadows for Roken with advantage to follow. Does at least recuperate some cooldowns back. Blind by the Paladin randomly in case Roken is nearby. He does not get super far away from Pally, but not close enough to stay next to the blind. Not ready to get back in there immediately. Open it up. Blessing of Protection immediately. Vanished by the rogue as soon as he gets a cooldown on Cerberus. Bails out of there entirely, man. Having 2 vanishes, you can vanish for the first immunity, vanish for the second. But actually, for Roken, he did vanish there a little early for the first vanish. He didn't vanish on an immunity. Gonna be opener by Shadow Strike. Kidney shot to follow. Roken got himself evasion. That's not really gonna stop a Hodge. Secret Technique is gonna do a lot of damage though. Secret Technique tied up into a sepsis, into a flagellation now. Might be bad for Cerberus. Does he have a bubble? Oh, he doesn't have a bubble by the looks of it. With Jazz trying to see if he can take down Roken. Does not let him escape at all. I think it's just over the rogue, right? Oh, with that spear. With that spear. There's actually nothing he can do. Josh is the last one left. His buddy is like, is it going to be Airless? Is it going to be Dia? No, it's going to be Nefix instead. Full bleeds out of the Feral Druid. Immediately, Josh goes in for a trinket. Warrior versus Feral has always been rough for the Warrior to deal with, man. Especially as his Thorns. There's only so much you can do as a Fury Warrior in that situation, man. It's just, oh, that's rough. That's rough, dude. That rogue, man, though, my goodness, too? Yo, Sakura also popped off, too, as a Boomkin. That was well done. Well done. That was awesome. Okay, do we do one more or do we actually done ski? Do we do one more or are we actually done ski, dude? Because I kind of want to see Sakura play some more. And also, sets. Dude, that was so close between you and the rogue. That was insane. Like, you can't get any more close than that. It was like so close. It was anyone's game at that point. Literally anyone's game. Yeah, but you can't dodge holy damage anymore if you run that, which I think is cool but sad. Yeah, that's weird, man. You can dodge Lexus with that talent and remove Parma. Counters the Monk Hold Toolkit completely. It does, yeah, it does. It's weird too, man. It's weird because I was Outlaw. I'm just like, please, just give me damage. Here's a defensive. Thanks. Might as well. Midnight of Veil. Yeah, hold on. Let me see if I can find what it looks like exactly. Veil, right? Because they removed one of the PvP talents we had, where it's like you open up on a stealth. Oh, nobody's running it actually. It's just mostly shorter vanishes, shorter blades, which I guess makes sense. It's only what 6% DR. It's not that bad. But yeah, Veil. Because they removed the original Veil we had, where when you open up, you have 100% dodge for like 2 seconds, which I guess is kind of useful at times, but it's really limiting of a PvP talent. It's only good in certain situations, so it's just better just to go anything else. But this new Veil, yeah, it's a pretty big defensive. 1.2 million crit and Beacon Frostdale. Well, that's actually pretty good then. Okay, so if it does 600 non-crit, 1.2, that's worth it then. That's worth it. That's definitely worth it. I imagine the trigger will scale even better once you're in 10.1.5, where the elemental can apply that frigid. No, hold on. The frigid frost thing, maybe just your spell ability is above by 20%. Your frost spell, so that may exclude the trinket. If it's all damage, that's 20% more. That could be really good. But if you run it, you can dodge holy damage anymore. Really? Wait, what? Is that part of the tooltip? If you run it, you can't dodge holy damage anymore. Okay, I'll need to look into it then. I thought it was like just an add-on and it makes you dodge physical damage, but also magic damage. I don't think it makes it so that now you dodge physical, but not magical. I tested it there with a friend. Is it just something about holy damage? Okay, they really, yeah, they need to fix that then. Because it's supposed to be like you dodge cloak and it's an add-on and now physical damage. Not like change it. You know, it's not like you just switch it. Unless it's part of, I need to look at the tooltip again. I need to look at it again because they did, what is it? The ability went through a couple of changes here and there. They might have changed like the syntax of it at some point throughout PTR that I just might have missed. I don't know, man, why I remember it one way or another. I mean, for physical it is, but if you run, yeah, it's weird, man. That's weird. Although holy damage has always been weird when it comes to WoW, when it comes to magic damage. Like fire, frost, shadow, all perceived as magic damage. But holy has always had a little bit of a difference in terms of like resistances to holy. So maybe that's how they're like trying to figure out that ability in terms, or trying to figure out that whole spell school. They didn't change it to be like fire, frost, and all the others. Instead, there's still like some kind of resistances that need to be applied weirdly. You know? Paladins are holy strike, holy and physical. Oh, you're right. Yeah, is it Paladin or Priest? Yeah, Paladins are Holy Strike. So Holy Strike is supposed to use the better one, right? So let's say you're immune to physical, then you get hit by Holy. If you're immune to Holy, you get hit by physical. It will always use which one is better, which in most cases is the Holy side of things. But it counts as both. But it bypasses things like Holy. But it still shouldn't matter because Cloak is supposed to give you immunity to magical, so holy is covered, and then now you're dodging physical. I guess you're dodging 100%, not immuning it. Or you are immune in certain... I need to look into it, man. There's got to be an explanation. There's a simpler explanation of what I'm thinking. I think Holy Strike is both. Both, but I don't know. Yeah, you're right, though. I think it's probably the Holy... Probably what's causing the weirdness is the fact that things are Holy Strike. That's probably true. That's probably true. Yeah, like let's say, yeah, maybe. But without Veil, you dodge Holy. But in Veil, you can't dodge Holy when you Veil. Judgment is Holy. Yeah, Judgment is Holy. Crusade is physical. Crusade Strike, well, if it's updated with a talent, there is a talent that converts it into a Holy Strike damage. This Crusade becomes... That's a Holy Paladin. That's not gonna work. If I saw a red, then maybe I could... Wait, red? There we go. Yeah, so you have auto attacks, right? Your auto attacks become Holy Strike, or your auto attacks become Crusader Strikes, but your Crusader Strikes become Holy Strikes. Crusader Strike, Judgment, Hammer or Wrath, Judgment as well becomes Holy Strike, not full Holy. It's physical as well. Yeah, so that's probably why it's weird. It's just functioning weird because it's Holy Strike, and it's not really sure what to do with Holy Strike, and it just kind of like doesn't really stop the Holy, because then it becomes physical. You know, isn't dodgeable. Yes, it isn't because it's Holy Strike as well. Blades of Light. Crusader Strike, which is now your auto attack, Holy Strike. Judgment, Holy Strike. Hammer of Wrath, Holy Strike. Yes, because of the Blades of Light right here. Holy Strike. Yeah, it kind of makes sense, but also it makes sense why. Because we established that Cloak of Shadows has a weird thing with Holy Strike specifically, right? And you're like, well, but pure Holy abilities like your Judgments, your Crusader Strikes, you know, there's only a handful. Blade of Justice is usually physical, but I guess now it's magical. But it's technically physical still, full physical. But Blades of Light changes it to Holy Strike, which is like, okay, now it's part of that confusion, you know? I still think Cloak of Shadows is still very, very confused on how it's supposed to approach either one of these abilities. But yes, Blades of Light does make him into Holy Strike, which explains us to like... But he does also, yeah, it's like, well, now you can't really dodge Paladins anymore, which is great for a Paladin, but as a Rogue, you're just like... Guess I'll die. That's another one here. So Blades of Vengeance here would make holy damage dot. Not a lot of people really run it. I think Imperial Legacy is probably the better burstier. And then there's another one here where Divine Storm, Divine Hammer, Consecration. Oh, it used to be your Blades of Justice now becomes radiant damage, but I guess not anymore. Abilities to deal radiant damage. Yeah, okay, so that's just all AoE then. Okay, that changed quite a lot during my time, because it used to be. Does it still work off of like Blades of Vengeance? Maybe if you go Blades of Vengeance, maybe it's like Blades of Vengeance passive becomes radiant. But I could be wrong on that, because you could make this ability Blades of Justice not holy. That's holy. That used to be physical too, wasn't it? Why does that used to be all physical? Wasn't it? Blades of Justice? I'm pretty sure it was physical. Technically. Because it's a blade, that's why they like justified it. But that's all holy, right? Can't confirm. I can't confirm, my brain's starting to come online a little bit. Blades of Justice holy. Okay. But I was pretty sure it used to be non-cloakable. Used to. Before 1007. But maybe I'm misremembering it. Because I was pretty sure it was one of those things that you couldn't evade, but couldn't cloak either for a good bit. Again, it feels like it's been years ago since that been a thing. It's only like a patch ago, but like, yeah. Confused, I'm gonna test things now. I feel like the only way to test Blades of Justice, okay, so all I'm saying is, I think it used to be a physical before the 1007, and now the only way to test it is if you can go back to like 10.0 or before that, and cloak and see if you get hit by Blades of Justice. Now I'm pretty sure you can cloak it. It seems like you can cloak it. I'm just saying, back in my day, I remember this ability being pretty sure physical, but I'm not sure. My brain don't work. I'm old. Back in my day, Blade of Justice used to be a physical. A physical is what you got when you went to a doctor. Are we done, Skip, by the way, or do we have groups? Do you want to go again, or are we just done? Are we done, boys, or are we going? What are we doing? Because I'm fine chilling now, man. Hanging, throw a fist in the air. Damn, kids. Always playing them rogues. Catching a re-stealth. I like just added a little at the end. I think it just adds more to the old man voice a bit. So 5 Sensei! My leash. Do you have 5? Sound like an old man from Moose. Yeah, that's like the only voice I can do, man. I can't do a lot of voices besides sounding like an annoying prat, which I use for my videos. But I can do an old man voice. That's about all I can do. It kind of hurts my voice though. Nick left. Wait. Nick left and we need one more. Someone took over. Who took over for Nick? Do they have me added on Real ID? If you have, like, hold on. Can somebody, if you were in Sensei's group and you have me added on Real ID, could you invite me to the group real quickly so I could host it real quick? List it up in LG. Maybe we could squeak out one more. Back in my day, we had a world tree. Yeah, exactly. Actually, that's perfect. Annoying brat. I'm going to say prat. Like, what a British insult, right? A prat. P. But I guess Brad works too. Armada. I like that. But yeah, if you can get me an invite, then we can get it going. Is that group is still like, okay, Sensei's gone. Who was in Sensei's group? It was Blood Dagger, I think it was. Maybe not. Just say twat. Twat would work better. Yeah, twat would do better. Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one. But prat is a word though, isn't it? With a P? Prat? Can't confirm I've been called prat before. Okay. So that is a thing. Cryptic. I'm talking to Mike. Okay. Do you have a longsword added? I think he is in the next group. I don't have longsword added, no. In this group was, I don't remember who was in this group now. Up in LFG. Are you guys up in LFG? Hold on a second. Woo! Shashi and Darius. Yo, get in here. We got a group, boys. I'll need to add somebody on that group on my Real ID so I can queue you, boys. But they got a group up. If you guys want to join, they're up right now. Thank you, Shashi. Appreciate you for putting a group together. I really do appreciate you for listening it. But the group is listed, boys. Hopefully I get somebody that can add there on my Real ID. But yeah, we can get one more going. Because I'm down. I am down. Let's see. Sun left for one more. Okay, Nagatara. Sounds good. Wait, Cryptic, are you part of the group? Are you Nagatara? Because I could, then it, oh wait, maybe not. Can you get me invited back? Were you with... Hold on, were you with Jashineris or Errorless? Because I could get Cryptic in. So what I could do... Error. Oh, wait, error. Error. You got 5? Or I'm missing one? Because... Okay, I can get you in. Okay, so this is what we'll do. Jashi, I'ma join. Pass me lead. I'll get Cryptic in your group, and that's 5 right there. And I have Cryptic added. Wait, no. Have 4 someone logged? Oh, okay. I get declined. Okay, I got 1. Hold on, I got you. Inv. I can get Cryptic in your group. We'll do it like that. I think Cryptic was supposed to be part of your group. Okay, so he's in, right? And I suggest an invite. Cryptic hopefully gets in. Suggested him. Cryptic joins. Okay. Okay, this group is ready. Waiting a bit on the second group. I'm gonna back out. Cool. So I got you back in. Perfect. Hell yeah. Now for the other group, we'll just give them like what, 5-ish minutes or something like that, to see if we can get a 5-man going. Because if we get a 5-man, we'll be good to go. Not bad. Oh, you're good, my guy. You good. All good. Yeah, so they're up in LFG with Vermilius. If you guys want to join, you're more than welcome to. They need uno mas, so it'll be good to go. I don't know if you guys got homies or somebody that wants to join or whatever, but we'll give it a little bit of time. If we don't get any, we had a lot of duels over on the NA. Dude, EU, man, they're in shambles with them duels, man. Like, you can just like telling me all the time, like, yo, need more duels down. Get another duel going. We gotta get more duels in here, dude. Barely get any. I'm like, yo, trying to put groups together, man, as fast as I can. Doing my best. NA comes in, full squad. Squad up, ready to go, game after game after game, dude. That used to be the other way around too. It used to just like game EU duels all the time. I think it was during SL too. Like, NA is out in full force. EU is just kind of like not in the same force, I guess. I joined, but no one knows well. But I'm not full conquest. That's a good Jordan. If you want to pop in, just join in, man. You're more than welcome to. Or if you just kind of want to chill back, hang out, watch the duels, all good to go too. Living in Norway, should I play EU? I should play EU. Pedro, I mean, if you do live in... You could. I mean, I don't know. It's like, if let's say you have an NA account, right? And you're living in Norway for like work or whatever, but you got everything else on your NA account and you're playing on a name, there is definitely going to be a bit of lag playing as EU on a name. But I think playing EU on an A is a little bit less lag than NA trying to play on EU. I don't know why it works like that. It is something you can get used to, but it's always going to be like, it's never going to be 100% perfect or whatever. But you could also, yeah, you could, if you did start an EU account, you would have to basically start over, because it treats as a separate account entirely, not connected with the NA account whatsoever. So it'd be kind of a pain in the hassle. But if you did do that, I imagine some of the issues would not be there, like the lag and whatnot, you know? Yeah. So I'm gonna server for nostalgia. Yeah, I feel ya. Yeah, if I was like, let's say, playing NA, right, and I let's say moved anywhere else, I probably would keep playing on NA. I know there'd be quite a bit of lag, but I wouldn't want to make a whole new account. I just would want to keep playing with my homies or whatever. But yeah, I used to play with like incredibly bad internet, like 200 ms all the time. So like you can get used to it. It's just really difficult to like PvP as a melee. As a caster, it's kind of doable. As a melee, it's very, very difficult, but you can technically get used to it. You can adjust. You basically just have to run before the enemy does, almost like in front of them if you really want to catch up to anything they do. But it's almost like you gotta learn how to predict where they're gonna go. You know, it's weird. But is this EU or NA? This is NA right now, Jordan. We are in NA. 12 years on this tune, and this server only moved to play Swift and Bash in the days. Hey, I feel ya. And then I went back. Yeah, I feel you, my guy. I feel ya. Yeah. Yeah, at that point, like, you just had history, it's your main, all that, right? It's like, at this point, it's like, yeah. Because I'm a big stickler for, like, not lagging in games, but, like, I don't know, would you really want to start a whole new character, start over? I guess, like, I could, right? Because I'd be able to get the homies on EU. I'm sure they'll be able to help me get your character geared out or whatever, get caught up or whatever, you know, at least to the point where I can start being independent and start gearing the rogue on my own. Josh, we got a group, man. Let's go. Do we have anybody else? I might need somebody to add me on Real ID over in Josh and Arius' group. If you want to add me, let me know in chat who you are. Dalaran hashtag 1340. I just need one of you, whoever's going to be leader of the group. I need to have you added on Real ID, and I can queue you versus Trickster, and we're good to go. And basically play the same rules. I guess what really do we do then? I guess we could do no code, right? I guess now it's the time to do that no code. I'm what is it? Susie. Check Susie? Is that what it is? Can't even. Okay, so have you tried adding me before? Yes, you did. Gotcha. Hold on. Okay, which one are you? Just so I don't know, because I know I'm gonna be really, really bad with it. Blood Dagger. Okay, so you gotta be lead for the group. Blood Dagger. That's gonna help me a ton, honestly, because I will remember the name Blood Dagger. Like when I read it, I'm like, oh, yes, it is. Okay, so let me know when they pass you lead. Here we go. Beautiful. Nick is out. Skate check is here. Cool. Ready? Real quick, Trickster, real quick. Are we ready? Because we'll just go, man. We'll just go. This will be the actual... Okay, we are ready. This will be the actual last one for the night, though. Spectator match. Trickster and check Susie. 5. I guess we're doing that Nokudon, boys. Wait, what? Okay, didn't work. Are you... Did I mess up your name? CZECH. Yeah, it should be good to go, right? Okay, hold on. Is it knock an okay? Hudon? No. Hold on. Doesn't make sure I get your name right, right? Oh, report player. I'm trying to copy player name. Look, can I do it like this? No, I can't do it like that. Okay, I think I got it right this time. Game request failed. Is somebody offline by chance? So you're online. Trickster, is he online? No, everybody's on. I think I'm misspelling Nokudon then, right? Works this time. Okay. Alright, I just retyped Nokudon. I'm pretty sure I had it right the first time. Maybe I didn't. Last one of the night, boys. Nokudon hold. Give it your best shot. Give it your... Oh, God. I hate how it starts off frame dropping like this. Wait, is that Magnus? That's not Magnus, right? Is that Magnus? Somebody... Real quick. Is that actual Magnus? Because I feel like it's not. That's not true. I'll try to send one for you. Go for it, my guy, yo. Okay, so Adrenaline Rush should get full calm points if you're playing that improved Adrenaline Rush. Kidney shot immediately. Dread Blades, dance, dispatch, ambush, dispatch, ambush, dispatch, ambush, dispatch. Pre-roll too. It's Vlad from Beta Duels. Oh, is it? Oh, okay. Interesting. I think that does ring a bell, sort of, kind of. Alrighty, so Twitch. Got us on Team 1 together with Diabolicals. Oh my god, my camera on. Oh god. So close. We got us a Sakura as a balance druid. Actually popped off last match. Netflix as a feral druid. Cryptic on the DK. As well as Airless in the back. We got us a Blood Dagger over for the team too. Not going to be first though. We got us as Conan. We got us as Jash. Cherubirs. As well as Magnus. Who I'm told is Vlad from Beta Duels. I'm trying to remember. I might need like a screenshot of what Maki was wearing. Magnus though is off the bat. I like him, Mark, by the way. Look at this guy. He's like, you know what? He's one of those dudes at an auction with a gavel or whatever. He's like, he just needs a big old hat. You know, be good to go. Perfect route onto Magnus. Does go for the trigger just to stay onto Sakura as best as possible. Does go for the pummel. Sakura maybe in a bit spot. Does go for as much healing as they can. Is going to be full burst out of Sakura. Magnus with a big defensive. Trying to see if he can stay on the druid as best as he can. Do it to a quick cyclone to Sakura. Catching up as much healing as he can. Is staring the furious warrior in the face. Oh, he was the monk, Vlad the monk. Okay, that may be... I think I do remember Vlad the monk now. As a warrior now? I love that set. Look how good it looks. Oh my god. I feel like this man is about to auction me off a bunch of paintings, maybe even some shot glasses or something. My goodness, it looks so good. Got himself a bit of a defensive while he's trying to see if he can close the gap with Sakura. Tried to go for a pummel, doesn't quite connect. It's going to be a full cyclone. No reflect from Magnus, but does give Sakura an opportunity to at least establish some CC over the warrior as they're able to pelt them with a couple of wraths, maintain the DOS. That is going to be a little bit of that Fade Dragon damage from around the corners. Fade Dragon adds up quite a bit of damage, but also amplifies your nature and arcane damage as well. Magnus charging in, gonna believe for Sakura. Yet another lead by the warrior, closing the gap as fast as possible. Full stone onto Sakura with a shockwave as he got himself a bit of a reflect. Bashed by Sakura, waiting out until reflect is gone. He's gonna drop down a mushroom on the guy just to add a little bit extra damage over time on top of it. I'm loving this dot-based build of Sakura. And while you have at least 3 dots on the enemy, they do take additional percentage health worth of additional percent worth of damage, like 10% maybe, 5%, something like that. Cyclone by Sakura again got himself a little bit of recovery, trying to keep the pressure onto Magnus, but Magnus got defenses going back up sometime sooner, though. It's going to be a big damage out of Sakura. Charged by the warrior off of that leap. Does he have a second charge? Fear as the mushroom is going to explode onto his feet. Goes into a bit of a defensive stance, trying to see if he can tank up against the sustained damage. Got himself a little bit of output right now. Reflect, defensive stance back in. Got himself the avatar as well. He's actually playing this super well. He's very limited on how much mobility he can really get versus Sakura. But anytime he tries to close the gap, he's playing the defenses and offensives very well. Sakura needs a couple more star surges. Do they get the procs? Stun. Magnus got himself a little bit of survivability. Got himself in Rage Regen last second. Trinket after this one. Actually, it's going to be multiple star surge defensive stance. Last second does catch one heal off of Sakura while Enrage is still up. Actually, can you maybe turn around the attention onto the Fade Dragons? And just go bloodthirsting off of those things, potentially. Magnus with a reflect, only so much you can really do. I think it's going to be Daz, the Moonfire, Sunfire, melting him down. There's only so much you can really do. The pressure that a balanced druid can put on people right now is actually kind of up there. Sakura waiting for the next competitor. Terror Barrow is going to be up next, trying to see if he can find himself a better angle. Does end up hitting every single one of the Fade Dragons. That is also going to give him, I guess, quite a lot of resources as well, isn't it? Quite a bit of damage all together. Gonna be bear form for a second, trying to see if he can tank up. Terror Barrow's charging in, full wings at the ready, slamming down a big hammer, adjusts on the head of Sakura as the dude tank up in bear form, Barkskin and everything, has himself the Heart of the Wild in case the need to drop in a mushroom. Terror Barrows convoke the spirits to follow, blasting him out. It is gonna be full tank up for Terror Barrows. Wall together with the Shield of Vengeance, got himself Hand of Freedom. Cyclone almost connects. Bash does trick it out of it. Is gonna actually go for a kick, but doesn't quite connect. Sakura with the fastest Cyclone ever, trying to go for a couple of regrowths while they don't have to worry about interrupts from Terror Barrows. Yet another Cyclone just to control him as best as possible. Has the man used wings already? I think he already has. Root onto Terror Barrows just to give him as much pressure as possible. Sakura got a lot of sustained damage. Can Terror Barrows maybe find himself a bit of a line of sight, a bit of an angle to recover? He made it seem to be looking for those angles as best as possible. Judgments getting thrown in. It does connect with the rest of the team. I think it's just random judgments too. Just proc judgments or whatever that do end up cleaving to, I guess, everybody else around nearby. Terror Barrows is fine, trying to see if he can close the gap with Sakura. Bear form in case. Terror Barrows goes for a stun. Sakura just wants to be extra careful. Barkskin, at least as long as you have a bark for this goal, you're gonna be mostly okay. Terror Barrows with mad damage, try to go for a kick, does get cloned. Sakura is given an opportunity to recover. Bear from Convoke, playing super defensive with that Convoke. I think able to use it every minute, right? Committed into a full 1 minute Convoke every single time. That or a 2 minute? No, 1 minute. You can see it right here on bottom left. Bash on Terror Barrows. Shield of Vengeance popping back at a bounce to it. Not exactly what he wanted to do. Bubble out for Terror Barrows right now as he got himself a full shield with the cloak. Oh no, Sakura barely need help, does barely recover. He needs a little bit more survivability. Hand of Freedom for the Paladin cannot be rooted, cannot really be slowed. Sakura needs to make sure they have an answer for the next Hodge. Next Hodge is going to be actually deadly. Does get a juke. Oh, the Cyclone juke. How many times has they been able to pull that off every single time now? Yet another clone onto Cerberus. Trying to see if we can back up out of there. Next kitty shot could be really deadly. Rude. Silence to follow. Perfect opportunity for Sakura to actually have a proper go. Mushrooms onto Cerberus. Bunch of damage. Star Surges to follow. Lots of dots. Cerberus trying to see if he can recover. 26% damage. Got plenty of health to work with for now. But no more bubble unless he got himself a spell ward, and I think he may be in a bad spot using wings to aggressively try to go for damage as well as for self-healing. Mushrooms yet again. Spell ward in the last second does get himself survivability. Cyclone will not be able to do much about it. Does go for the interim, but at no help whatsoever. Bash to stop in place. Does Sakura have one more cast or two? Just needs a little bit more. Shield of Vengeance, wall, everything is used. Convoke the spirits, maybe breaks past him. Oh, last second Convoke does end up rolling him damage buffs and damage abilities rather than self-healing. Perfect. Jash in there is going to be up next. Does get a full run to Sakura. Break out all those suits immediately. Trinkets out of this one. Just try to see if you can pummel the rest into the Bear Druid as they go in for Bear Form, Travel Form. Try to see if he can get away. Can they do it? I think it's just over. Does get himself a bit of extra health with a Battle Master Trinket, I believe. Oh, but barely any health. I think a bleed is going to have him at the end. Wait a second, maybe. Hold on a second. Does go for regrowth. Jash cannot catch up right now. Hold on a sec. Oh no, Sakura is going to be able to dip away. Wait, Warrior left on top of him, knows more or less where he's at. Guessing, good guess though. Picking up eyes, made to mount up on top of it. Oh no, Sakura doing lots of recovery right now. Wait a second, could the Boomkin pull it off versus the Warrior Stormbolt immediately? Gonna have to go through all these stunts and these bleeds one after the other. As Jash does go for a bit of reflect. He is a Warrior, not quite a Paladin. He's going to have a way to close the gap, but in terms of survivability, maybe in a little bit of a different spot than a Pala. 7 minutes into the duel, Bash does try to go for an interrupt onto Sakura, able to give himself a little bit extra haste to work with Sunders are coming through. Star Surge is back-to-back, no interrupts available. Josh may be in a bad spot. Oh, wait a second. Oh, Sakura does end up taking it. Blood Dagger is a sub-rogue up next. Shadow Strike on to Sakura, trying to see if he can deny the Boomkin any opportunity here. Next one could be deadly, but that's going to be rude. Does go in for a little bit of a smoke bomb. If only you could still place mushrooms where you wanted to when they initially added mushrooms, like Cataclysm version of mushrooms. Right now, mushrooms need a target, but you used to be able to place them in the spot. So like Rogue of Smoke, you just place a bunch of mushrooms there, blow them up. My god, it was so good. Blood Dagger trying to go for a bunch of damage where Sakura trying to see if he can survive this cheap shot. Going to be fully DR'd. Well, it's going to be another mushroom onto the rogue. That's going for a Battle Master Chicken. That's go for a juke. Interrupt Cyclone. Oh, trying to go for a blind, but he's got himself that full on Temporal Primordial. I'm going through all the names. Precognition. Wait, the rogue is still dotted. Oh, Sakura got so much range. Could just go for Moonfire from a distance. Miles away. Orbital Strike Cannon right now. Actually, so good for him. But going for that precognition as it goes, Juke and Rogue, it gives you CC immunity and a bunch of haste. Rogue running for the blind, trying to go for a bit of a resetty, will not be able to. It's so punishing for melee. But it looks like Blood Dagger was able to avoid the dots away from the Boomkin. Enough for Sakura to want to be out in the open, kind of like trying to goad the Rogue out in the open. Rogue does not have a trinket. No Shadow Mill for a bit. Vanish Cloak, everything available, so you should be able to play it super defensively. Bash immediately. Almost expected for Rogue to go in for a Shadow Strike opener. Rooted him out in the open. Unless you burn a Cloak or a Vanish, there's only so much you can do. Does go in for the dance. Maybe Barskin, Trinket out of Sakura, maybe Barskin right here, may decide to go for big defensive, trying to see if he can get a juke out of the rogue, does not get a juke, does get juked out last second. Sakura maybe can go for big goal, Convoke, cannot really stop it, trying to play it super defensive with a Convoke. I don't think I ended up going for a lot of healing ball and bear form. Cloak Shadows by the rogue either way though. Does Sakura maybe turn this around? Needs a bit more damage versus rogue. It's gonna be a regrows back to back. Rogue is dotted, no more Cloak, he still has dots. I don't know if he's got bleed on him from the bear form, or maybe Moonfires, Sunfires. Does get himself a bit of a reset. Sakura picking up the eyes, should be able to see the rogue immediately. Does end up, I think, zapping him, maybe? Almost. Trying to go for a bit of that flutter around the corner. Blood Dagger does go in for the sap. Does Sakura have anything here? Has himself Heart of the Wild. Maybe can go bear form. If the Blood Dagger goes in for Shadow Strike, it could be pretty bad. Bear form, he's just able to tank up, throwing out a random Typhoon. Maybe picking up another set of eyes. Blood Dagger wants to see if he can skulk over there. I don't think he'll be able to reconnect unless he goes for Shadow Strike now. Bear form immediately, bash right after for Sakura. Perfect timing. Bear form, cycle to follow. Blood Dagger has a tricky coming back up right now. No more Cloak. We'll need to use Vanish aggressively. Trinkets, just so you can get a big go. Try to go for an interrupt into Sakura. Does not quite connect. Big burst out of the Druid. There's no Cloak Rush available for Rogue. Maybe could Vanish. Actually, no more Vanish available. I think it might just be over for the Rogue. Oh my god, Secret Thing. Trying to see if we can turn it around. Big Blaster. Cheat Death. Is it enough? Oh, does it have taken? A Sakura is absolutely unstoppable. The Boomkin makes a massive, massive return, dude. When is the last time you've seen a Druid do this well? Besides my man, is this Ori? Is this Ori on alt? Is this Ori on alt? Be real. Is this another Druid or is this Ori? Because that's the only time we've seen a Boomkin do like anything like 1v5, 1v4. Is this Ori? I miss Ori. Is this not Ori? It was so fun to watch. Oh man, I miss Ori too. But Sakura, I think, taking Ori's spot right now. Pretty quickly. Conan, last man left or for the team 2. Full team of melee. I guess that is an advantage for Sakura. They're all melee, right? So as long as you can get away from them, and the amount of mobility Boomkins have, as long as you're able to use abilities at the right time, it's not like it's easy to really play them either. At least in PvP, I imagine they're not that easy. But as long as you're using abilities at the right time, using your mobility perfectly, knockbacks, roots, everything, you're able to keep the enemy at bay and just whittle them away, rot them down. Big star surges to supplement the dot damage. Does go in for a shadow ball right after, just to get yourself a restealth. Is going to go travel form as Conan is just melting. There's nothing he can do. 61% dampener, no more defenses. He's got Fade Dragons attacking him. Is he just going to die to the dots? I think for Sakura, it's just win, right? Fade Dragons swinging around. Conan barely in health. Maybe can heal off of the Fade Dragons if you can target them. Try to see if you can catch up. Oh, this is Sarge to the end. Yo, Sakura popping off on a Boomkin. My goodness. Do we go again, chat? My god. Oh, that's gonna be memorable, man. Sakura the Boomkin. Well done, well done. Do we go again? Because I feel like Team Sakura never really got to play. It's only one guy got to play. I know that it's that last one. Yo, last one for the night. But do you guys want to go again? Just because I keep trying to give you Airless an opportunity to play Outlaw with that opener. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed that duel. Sakura was an absolute blast to watch. But I feel like I feel like I'm being unfair to Airless when he doesn't get to go and actually play. I don't know why, dude. Why do I feel guilt over it? I'm kind of guilty, man. I feel weird about it. Would you team be interested in going again? We can maybe do like, I don't know, not in a grand, but like, that's all G, man, dude. Man, I do feel bad though. I do want to give you a chance. I can play Outlaw another time, trust. I don't mind. Again? Or team done for the night? I'm gonna ask, check. You can ask your team like, yo, you boys want to go one more or you done ski? So we can see Blood Dagger what his team says. Because I imagine like eventually people are just gonna be Dunsky too, right? They're down. We have 5. I'm down. Okay, we'll go again. What arena? Give me arena right now, real quick. Because I know you guys don't know what a Blade's Edge. What about a? Never mind. Do you want to dip? We'll call it. 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 Looks like Sack and Dia Bollock wanna dip. So we will call it. All good, all good. Flashbang, dude, exactly. Flashbang does not, we had a conversation about it before. It doesn't really work on NA super well. I mean, because on NA, on EU, I know it's super late where you guys are. But on NA, it's like 8 p.m. at the latest on the East Coast. It's like 8 in the evening. It's not really flashbang. Unless you're like literally sit. I mean, I don't sit in my room because I have lights, whatever, only for streaming. But my room is usually not that dark by this point. Like it's still, you know, still light outside. But maybe if you got like, full curtains, everything is super dark, that's a flashbang. But like, it's just not late enough for NA for full flashbang. One of my favorite, Dal said, never mind. To up the games, man. Thank you so much for joining me, Airless, Chicago, as well as Sensei, and everybody else that joined. You guys honestly have made these duels super fun to watch. Thank you all for participating. I do appreciate you. These are absolute blast, and wouldn't be a blast without all you boys. I really do appreciate you. Next week, we're doing more of them. Friday for the team EU, Saturday for the team NA. Thank you, Susie, Nagatara, as well as Pedro, all of you boys. It's just thank you so much for coming by, man. These are actually so fun hanging out with, man. Actually so enjoyable. It's just one of those games where it's like I thought, oh, okay, Chicago left, maybe we could call it here, but it's like one more game, one more game, one more game, and I love the variety too. I know it's like, you know, we could have a lot of subtlety rogues just absolutely dominating, slamming it, but I love the fact that you guys try to a bit of assassin, a bit of outlaw. I honestly, it's a bit of the variety that this things need sometimes, you know. Crom popped off, man. Crom did good. Crom is gonna do better next week too, man. I didn't realize you were playing with that much MS though, Pedro, but honestly, yeah, totally understandable, honestly, man. Thank you so much, Check. Appreciate it, my man. Blood Dragon. Blood Dagger. Really bad with names, man. Thank you for having me tonight. Lots of fun. Yo, thank you so much, Cryptic. Next week, yeah. TY for coming, friend. For popping in, friend. Always happy to have you join these. Hell yeah, dude. We actually got some homies in here tonight. That was awesome. Hopefully we'll get the same turnout over on the EU by next week. Or at least by 10.15, whenever that comes out. Do you like Havoc or Fury more? Like Havoc Demon Hunter or Fury Warrior? Personally, I would say I used to enjoy Havoc Demon Hunter a bit more because of the variety of abilities you have and the cooldown specificity that you have. Like being able to play it optimally was a little bit of like a dance. But honestly, I think right now I'm not really as much into Havoc Demon Hunter. I prefer Vengeance as a tank more than anything. So if I had to choose between Havoc Demon Hunter or Fury Warrior, I'd say Fury is actually a lot of fun. It's also very similar to Demon Hunter because there's a lot more specificity on the cooldowns as well. But also a very stable sustaining rotation outside of that too. And it's very much like the Builder Spender classic. Plays really well, so I enjoy it a lot. But yeah, that's just my 2 cents on it. Yeah, you just need to try the new build for Havoc pushing keys. Is there a new one? Hold on, what wacky things am I gonna see here? Or am I gonna like, how wacky is this gonna be? Oh, look at that. Look how many classes are doing top tier right now. I wasn't a B tier, but hey, it's okay. It's a Havoc, right? Is this the new one? Glaive Tempest. Well, you don't run the Master Capstone. That's probably it then, yeah? Oh, okay. So this is a rush I-beam thing into a class trees, a immolation. A little bit of I-beam. Oh, okay, so that's interesting with Fleshless Hunter. So I guess you would go for I-beam, you would drop in a bunch of damage, you would set up a big Essence Break with momentum into a, I guess, auto form Blade Dance for big AoE. While you're using Glaive Tempest, is that mostly for like Tyrannical? And I guess you would also try to see if you can combine together the Misery, so 20% more damage on top of it. Yeah, this one of pipes. Is this like super complex to play? Because that could be really fun. Like if that has a big payoff, that could be very enjoyable. How would you go about it? I think you would probably go for I-beam, and you would drop down a Sigil of Misery at some point, because this only applies damage after enemies are as the effect ends. So you'd want to use it kind of early, have it break. Like, what do you do during downtime? I guess you would Blade Dance 1 while inside of meta, and you'll hold a second Blade Dance, so then you can go for Essence Break. Or do you like, how long does this last for? 4 seconds, so you'd want to use it for the second Blade Dance. Yeah, so I guess you'd run in, you I-beam, maybe you place down Sigil of Misery, you go for a Blade Dance, or maybe you'll Blade Dance, Chaos Strike, Sigil, Chaos Strike, hold some resources into a charge, or maybe retreat for a tactical to get yourself lots of fury back, charge back in on momentum, Essence Break, but then your meta falls off and Misery and Defeat is active, and then you go for a big old Blade Dance for Restless Hunter. I guess you would use Glaive Tempest as a filler in between, yeah. Because I don't have the Season 1 tier, we don't Essence Break at the start of the meta. You Essence Break at the end of it and use the 50% increase the blades. That could be really fun, actually. That would add quite a bit of more gameplay to it. It is interesting not going by any means necessary, and I guess you're not going Glaive Tempest anymore. Is this like simplified, I guess? No more throwing glaives? Because I kind of like using glaives. This is like more closer to that, yeah? But it doesn't go into the big I-beam setup. It's just all Essence Break and then any means. That's cool that there's a new build. I like that. Yeah, I definitely got to give it a try. I definitely got to give it a go. Alright, cool. I remember I've been joining this since, I do remember. I remember you, Cryptic, man. I do remember you. I remember you joining this for a good bit now. That's a have had it out of reality. There's a lot of people on BNet that have been joining these duels and maybe not joining as much anymore. But most of the people that have added a real ID are, most of you guys have been in duels. That's usually, so this is why I usually like, okay, duels. All right, let me go through my BNet and start asking everybody in the mother. But some people are now more like less PvP, more PvE centric, or more casual or whatever. So just like, try not to bother people that are more casual or more chill. Only try to hit up the people that are more PvP specific. Kind of difficult sometimes to keep up with everybody. Yeah, I do need to give that build a try though. I do need to give it a fair shot because maybe it'll be super fun. Because I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of like weirdly complicated builds, complicated builds, complex builds, sorta, kinda. Yeah, I do need to give it a proper go though. Go back to those days, DK was much stronger. Dude, honestly, I'm hoping if they do any reworks, if they end up nerfing or if they end up just softening up the range a little bit, because they do seem to be very popular right now in Season 2. If they do that, I do hope they take a look at some of the melee out there that are not getting as much play and like maybe give them like some kind of a buff or whatever, right? Because I don't think for DK it's not even like a damage buff they need. It's just like a survivability buff, you know? Something, anything. I don't really know. I would ask the Chill Pills exactly what they need, because he would know a little bit better than me, but he hasn't been showing up to duels that much as often. But it's good for him to just take a break, honestly, because he was, I don't know, bad mood last time, I guess. I don't want man to be in a bad mood or nothing. But yeah. Boys, thank you so much for coming by. Appreciate you. This has been fun. This has been very, very enjoyable. I'm going to get myself some food, then maybe get some weeklies out of the way. Maybe mess around Diablo just a little bit more, because that was actually so fun playing Rogue yesterday. I kind of want to see if I can continue the Rogue for a little bit. Just do dungeons. I haven't done the story at all. I decided, alright, I just messed around with some builds. Maybe tonight, unless Guildies are doing something. Like a full heroic, maybe? If we do one maybe Sunday, maybe? Do we have anything planned? Overtime, let's see. Calm for tomorrow, but listen, mages on Monday. Okay, so doing something Sunday, but not tonight. Oh, I'll see. Maybe we'll do a heroic or something. I'll see. But yo, thanks so much for coming by. You guys are wonderful. I'm level 59 on it right now. It's awesome. Yeah, dude. I need to spend more time with it. I think I just almost got level 20. Almost, but I don't remember. I just kind of messing around with it casually. Just kind of more like just testing stuff, because I opened the game up and there was some weird stutters, so I was messing around with a couple of settings and just kind of roaming around in the Rogue, not really doing the main story, because I mean I played the main story during the beta, like the Act 1 or whatever, so more or less I know what to expect. They did change some of the dungeons and some of the instances though. They are a little bit different, and there's a lot more variety of enemies out in the open world, which I really, really liked. Because prior to that it was mostly like wolves, ghouls, the one that swarm you all over the place, but now there's a lot more like bandits and stuff, which I kind of like. They add a little bit of a different challenge, and I'm playing it on like a tier 2 difficulty, because tier 1 is just way too easy. The main story line cutscenes are sick. Yeah, they're real good. They're real good. I just want to save a lot of it for like maybe another playthrough, just watch through all of them on like a different character. But around on Rogue, you just gotta be mostly just testing stuff out and whatever. Not gonna spoil it, but it's awesome. Yeah, that's one thing that drew me to like the beta when I played it. It's like the story beats, and I just want to see the next cutscene and the next one, because I played through the beta and I was drawn in, man. It was really cool. So I do wonder if they changed anything since beta, because wouldn't be surprised if they did. That's why I skipped everything. Just like, okay, I'm not prepped to like actually pay attention to it yet. I just want to play around, make sure the game is all working. And I messed around with some settings, and I think like one of them I disabled, and everything's perfect now. It runs flawlessly. I'm surprised how well it runs. There's some weird rubber banding, but that's just a always online part of it. But it's kind of fun. Like you do you go to like an event, and there's a bunch of mobs that spawn, and dudes run in, and everybody's just doing it together. It's actually so fun doing it with other people, while also not exactly partying up with them. Just gonna join up and you just combine abilities together, makes it a little bit easier. But it's actually really cool. Played all the betas, dude. It's actually so fun. I was thinking eventually I was gonna make Necromancer my main, but I decided just to mess around with Rogue. It's actually kind of fun. It's very different. I was thinking it was just gonna be stand there and just auto attacking mostly, but it's a lot of dodging, bobbing, and weaving, and kind of rushing past people. It's pretty active, honestly. You actually have to think about like how you approach the fights. But like when you approach I don't know. Maybe I'm playing like the cheesy build, but I'm doing like the AoE blade flurry thing where you stab in all directions. That's basically what I decided to go into. I'm like, you know what? That seems very effective. I think I'll start with that for now. But I probably should have looked at some of the other like ranged skills, because there is like an enemy CC to do more damage to them build. But I've been mostly like a melee. Oh, there's so much support for the range too. I just need to give it a go at times. But yo, boys, done for the night. Thank you all. I'll see you guys definitely not tomorrow. Probably Monday, okay, and then Tuesday for the reset, and then by Tuesday we got the catalyst, we got the big tier stud upgrades here and there, and I'm gonna try to see if I get my weeklies out of the way on all of my alts to try to get my dungeons done, either as M0s or M pluses, just to get them out of the way, because I don't want to start gearing my alts, trying to get as much gear as I can, trying to actually like start making those characters actually playable. Alrighty, boys, you guys have a wonderful. Necromancer is the worst class so far, and it's fallen so hard. Really? They nerfed it? That was the one that was most busted. No way. What's the most OP now? Is there an OP class? Probably Barbarian, dude, because they were like the most undertuned during beta. Okay, well, I need to give it a go at some point then. Alright, you guys have a good one. Peace.